Guess what? I'm back.
You're my special friend. Can everyone say hi to my friend?
Back from the dead.
Check. I just want to make sure this is working. It's been a while. Hello, welcome to the party, pal. Your friendly neighborhood Master Chaos. Here once again live. I missed you. I missed you quite a bit. Let me get out of my email real quick so it doesn't keep beeping in my ear. Hi, how are you? Are you ready for what could potentially be called the Super Bowl? Dare I say the Final Four? I don't know. I don't watch sports. Super Bowl. Well, the Super Bowl is Black Friday, so the halftime show. I don't even know what you call it. Halfway to Black Friday, Super Sale from Vinegar Syndrome is obviously the big, super big deal for not only physical media collectors but movie fans in general. I almost knocked over my light here. It's a big deal. It's a big deal, and I'm sorry I have been sort of out of the game this month, but if you've been following along, I've been making a movie, and we filmed it in 6 fucking days, which is I thought was impossible, but we did it, and I'm very happy with it. It came out fucking phenomenal. I cannot wait for you guys to watch it. I actually just got the news. We will be out September 30th. September 30th is the release date. Now, I'm not sure if that's a physical release date, street date, or if that's the Tubi streaming premiere, because I'm pretty sure it's a Tubi original. But we'll be out for Halloween. It is a Halloween movie. We did a lot to Halloween it up. Anyway, I'm excited for that, and I can't wait to show you what we cooked up. I mean, we seriously pulled some movie magic off, and I cannot wait to share that with you. Now, today, something special. I wanted to do. I do this in the past, where I go on the site and I pre-record the site before it goes down, and I bring you my thoughts and feelings. Now, I was not able to do that before because shooting the movie, it didn't have time. So I have grabbed an old video of mine, the most recent one from Black Friday, and we'll be looking at that today. Now, let me introduce my special guest who just showed up, and that is none other than the infamous Brother Chaos.
Hey, sorry about the snafu. The text that I read, I guess you must have sent it yesterday or something, a time difference. I thought it was tomorrow.
I sent it this morning, but that's okay. No, that's fine. I wanted to do a pre-show today. Tomorrow's the big dance. Tomorrow's absolutely the big dance.
Yeah.
Let's do this. This is better. But I wanted to do a pre-show to just give our thoughts and feelings on what people should pick up and what they should avoid.
Let me just tell you real quick. I have 50% battery, so hopefully, if my phone dies,
I'll know why. Okay.
Yeah, you know why.
Fair. That's fine. Let me check in with everybody real quick. Biffer, or is it B4? I always it looks like Biffer, but director MC in the house. Yes, indeed. Coach B Movies, welcome. Love the behind the scenes stuff, by the way. Can't wait to see the film. I hope you'll enjoy it. Marcus B, congrats on the movie, MC. Thank you, sir. Master Chaos in the house, or we're in his house. Both. I'm in yours, and you're in mine, and we're also in Brother Chaos's haunted house with the man hiding in his closet.
Yeah.
How you been, man? It's been a minute since we had a chance to talk.
Yeah, I've been good. Can't complain. No, nothing new. Just hanging in there. That's good. That's good to know. Let's see. Chris is hoping for more MGM, maybe Poltergeist. Just a thought. You never know. I feel like I mean, I'm not crazy about 4K upgrades. That doesn't do anything for me. I've got Poltergeist 800 times. I love it, but I don't necessarily need a 4K. What do you think, BC? Not really. Yeah, I have it on Blu. I have a good Blu-ray edition of it.
Although I think it would look nice in 4K, but I'm not a big 4K guy. But
Yeah, that's what's happening nowadays. I think that's the trend for Vinegar Syndrome, and it's not making me very excited, and it's not making me want to resubscribe. Basically,
yeah,
let's see. Biffer asks, "Do women edit movies better than men?" I don't know. Interesting question. I will say, I forget her name now. Gosh, she was George Lucas's wife. She apparently saved Star Wars in the edit. So, I mean,
oh.
we saw what happened there. So I'll say yes. Hey MC, can't wait for the new VSAs, and of course, laughing face means that you can 100% wait. Now let's talk VSAs real quick, BC, because they have technically announced 2 more action titles. They haven't given a name, but we're getting 2 more action titles. I mean, to me, VSA stands for Vinegar Syndrome ass. But are you excited for more VSA action titles?
I think I'm down for these older action movies from the 90s and maybe late 80s.
Yeah,
I think they're cool, but I think it's time to get some more horror into the VSAs. I'm more of a horror fan than action. So when they said both of these movies are gonna be action, I was like, I mean, I'm still gonna get them, or you're gonna get them for me,
yeah,
and I'm gonna pay you for it. But I'm still excited to see what comes out. That the last one, Talons of the Eagle, I think it was called.
yeah.
Was kind of weak, but I liked his TC 2000 and some of the other action ones I liked. But who knows who's gonna come out? But I'm excited.
Good.
I'm
I'm glad.
excited. Yeah.
I'm glad you're excited. Biffer says BC.
Hey.
Barrett says hi, brother Chaos.
Hey, Barrett.
James, congrats, MC. Just curious, how involved are you with editing and post production stuff? As much as they will let me, as I will be there. I'm usually there. I want to be every day there with the editor. I just found out my edit window is very short, so I want to be there every day and make sure that cuts are being made that make sense, that don't hurt the movie. And that's not always possible, but hopefully I'll be able to do that. So I'll keep you posted on that. Hey, Cody, birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Chaos Cat in the house. Yeah, we have another name for it, but
yeah. I like Chaos Cat better.
It's more family friendly. Hey, Scott's Slasher World, what's up?
Hey.
Bullet Blake, what's up? Bullet Blake is going to be joining us tomorrow night. Well, we should announce that, by the way. I have not put that sign up yet, but yes, of course, we'll be live covering the big reveal. So Bullet Blake, Brother Chaos will be joining us. Tony of the Dead. I'm blanking on it. There's a couple of other people. My Killer Podcast, and I believe there's some more guests, but I'm blanking on the name. But we're gonna have a big old panel of Blu-ray loving horror maniacs, and we're gonna be covering the event starting 8:30 p.m., 8:30 p.m. PST, 11:30 p.m. EST. So join us for that. Shop along with us, and we'll be going late into the night. I think last time we went 7 hours for Black Friday.
Wow.
So you don't have to stay for the full 7 hours, BC, but
all right,
whenever you can make it, or as long as you can last. Poltergeist is coming to 4K later this year, so 40th anniversary. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Cool. Yeah.
Barnabas says, "Hey guys, good to see you both. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Barnabas.
Good to have you here." Planet Mondo says, "Good to see you live again, brother." Well, it's good to be live. Been a while. Bullet Blake, just give me a VSA of Back in Action with Billy Blanks and Roddy Piper, and I'll be ecstatic.
Oh.
You might get that. You might get that. Everybody hit the like. Oh, please do. Please do. Remember, I'm not monetized here, so any help you can give me really helps the video and the channel get the word out. I'm only interested in TCM2 and Thriller. I plan on buying both the Synapse and Vinegar editions. Well, Texas Chainsaw will not be available until Black Friday. Just keep that in mind. They have announced it, but only to tease the people who are considering subscribing. So Texas Chainsaw will not be available during this the sale tomorrow.
Master Chaos, what's up with the translucent slipcover that costs $6? Any word on what's gonna happen with that?
Good question. No, nothing has been revealed. They said something. Everyone got your item has shipped notification. Nothing has arrived in the mail. Right now, everyone's guess is as good as yours. We're hoping down the line it'll be or maybe tomorrow will be a reveal. Hey, if you bought the translucent slip, you get an email that says, "Hey, thanks for ordering a translucent slip. Here's a coupon or something." But they said it was a physical item, so I have no idea what it could be.
Okay.
Very strange. But still up in the air. The Deadly Duo. Thank you, Johnny's. Appreciate that. Okay, let's get into it because we're here to talk about Vinegar Syndrome. I do have a couple. Did you pick up anything recently that you want to talk about, by the way, BC?
Yes. I don't have it here with me, and I can't get up because my cat is on my lap. But
of course.
I picked up Feeders 3.
Oh, nice.
And on DVD, I didn't find the Blu-ray edition of it, which I don't think there is. And then I picked up this Mill Creek Pendulum Pictures 50 horror movie box set called Catacomb of Creepshows. And I'm on the 4th disc now. I've seen like 10 movies roughly. And
Wow.
I'm having a lot of a good time, a hell of a good time with it. It's like mostly for the most part shot on video from the 2000s, like from 2000 to 2010.
Oh, okay.
Around that, and I've found a couple of gems in there, so I like it. I'm having a great time with it. Yeah,
That's great.
How about you? Have you picked up anything, Mr. Master Chaos?
Mr. Master, you forget my name. I got Extreme Prejudice, the Vestron title. I love this movie. I wasn't gonna pick it up because I'd seen it so many times, but whatever. I saw it at Walmart. I'm like, what the heck? $12. It's a good price. Lots of special features on here. I'm looking forward to revisiting that. Then I got this, which we'll get a box set review down the line. What looks better? Oh, right here, like that. This is crazy Japanese craziness. I honestly don't even know how to describe it. It's 2 movies, I think, maybe 3. I don't know.
What's it called?
It's called Funky Forest, The First Contact, and then Warped Forest.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, this is the first thing I've grabbed from, what the hell are they called? Error 444. It seemed right up my alley. I love crazy Japanese craziness. So it's got there's a scene in here where there's a dude sitting in the chair and he's got like giant balls and they're like dangling like between the seat, and there's like 2 Japanese schoolgirls like punching his giant ball sack.
Oh wow.
So I'm like, okay, this sounds like something that I will at least enjoy on the level of what the fuckery. So I got that.
Yeah.
A review coming soon, and then review of this coming soon. If you're on Patreon, you know this is coming because I've revealed it there, but I'll reveal it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh shit, Wicker Man.
Oh wow. Who put that out?
This is Imprint's box set. Beautiful box set.
Nice.
It is a gorgeous box set. It comes with 3 cuts of the movie. Theatrical, final, and then director's cut or something like that. I believe it also has the soundtrack. I'll be doing a box set review of this, even though it's just 1 movie, but just, I had to find time to deep dive into this. Probably after all the Vinegar Syndrome stuff is done, I'll get into the Wicker Man box set.
Is it region locked?
It is not region free. That's one of the great things about Imprint. It is region free, and another great thing about having the YouTube channel is I got this for free.
Nice.
So I looked out, and so I definitely owe Imprint a review. So I'll get back to that eventually, but just know that that's coming, guys.
Cool.
Robbie says, how limited is TCM 2? I have no idea, but I doubt it's going to be very limited. I would imagine over 10,000 copies. So you can wait on it for a sale. You'll be fine. A physical sheet of paper with a code, maybe. That would be funny. I mean, they could get away with that. May to December says, I received a $20 coupon off for the HalfWay subscribing, but not sure if that's a part of it or just because I ordered Thriller before the sale. Yeah, it's not. That's not a part of it. It's probably because you did the bundle. Did you do the bundle? I'm curious because that's weird. They would just give you $20 just because you ordered one movie. That's kind of crazy. Let's see. Robbie says, I got to get Extreme Prejudice. Love Walter Hill. He's amazing. Let's see. Major December says, I haven't been a sub before as I find they release a lot of things I wouldn't normally buy. That's weird then that they would send you that. That's interesting. I wonder if anyone else got that. Barrett says, I'm curious how their version of Wicker Man compares to other recent versions. Well, they've got all of them, so you don't have to go very far. Got that too from Error444. We'll eventually get to it. Very weird stuff. Do you recommend the Wicker set, or is it worth waiting for 4K? I haven't even looked through it, but I mean, if it depends. If you really want the 4K, I guess just wait. But the Wicker Man set is super fucking expensive, almost too expensive. So I don't know. It's like $90.
Damn.
Yeah, for one movie, even though it's like 3 cuts, but that's too much. I've never seen Wicker Man. I bought it also, but I believe I'll wait till you say which version to watch. It's a great movie. So
it is. Yeah. I've seen it. I have it on DVD.
Either version will be fine to watch. Let's see. Would you say that's your favorite folk horror movie?
I've seen very few. So of the few I've seen, that would probably be my favorite. Yeah, but I've seen very few. So.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
All right. Let's see. Imprint is great. Let's see. Hold on. I don't know how I did that. Okay, Imprint is great. Hold on. I'm gonna try to see if I can get it in front of the thing here. I don't know why I did that. Imprint is great. I'd buy more from them if I could afford them. I agree. Imprint shipping prices kill me. I'd order more too. Yeah, that's the problem with a lot of that. The shipping is very not nice when it comes to that shit. Now I'm going to. This is my old video, so as you can see, not a lot of this stuff will translate very well to the recent stuff. But I've got some recent titles that I can recommend for you that will be on sale and are definitely worth your time. BC, first off, of the VSAs that are available, what do you think is your? I don't even know if you know what is available right now, but I think everything from The Grave onward is still available. What do you think is the most worth getting?
That's a tough question. Well, I could tell you definitely do not pick up the America one. That one is pretty forgettable.
Yeah.
I like TC 2000.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for everybody, but I was the one. I don't know if the few. I haven't looked into how many people like it or not, but I like TC 2000. It's a good Billy Blanks movie, and mind you, I'm not a end of the world apocalypse after the apocalypse kind of guy, but I thought it was cool.
Okay.
What else is there? Wolfpack.
Yeah.
I would say no, because it's not horror, it's not action, it's a drama. And only something interesting only happens near the end of the movie. So yeah. The VSAs haven't been too good lately. Oh, wait a second. The Tiger Claws, the first one is good and the third one is good if you have a tolerance for really cheesiness. And a little bit of lameness, but
a lot of lameness.
It's fun. The Tiger Claws, and you're getting 3 movies for like a little bit more expensive than one. So I myself would recommend the Tiger Claws series.
Okay.
Grave Secrets. Which one is Grave Secrets about? I don't remember the plot for that one.
Grave Secrets sucks. I mean,
is that the one where with the lady that thinks she has a ghost in her house or something?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that one.
Okay, sure, good.
That one is pretty fun. If you like, it's slow building and low budget, but it's fun. So those are my recommendations off the top of my head.
Gotcha. Dave. Oh, sorry. You know what? It's hiding this. Let me remove this real quick.
Oh, the grave. The grave is good.
The grave is. I would agree with David here. That is my favorite VSA. Absolutely great film. Bullet Blake as well agrees. He hated Grave Secrets, but loved The Grave. The Grave is the best one. Grab that one. Grab that one if you haven't. Kind of liked Grave Secrets. Good atmosphere and lots of good acting. The acting was really good. The acting was very good. I'm gonna go back here real quick just to make sure. Sean says $40 or higher is way too much for any movie. I agree.
Yes.
Do you think Death Wish 2 will last till Black Friday? Yes. Absolutely. Nothing is selling out as fast as everyone thinks it is. So don't worry, guys. And if it is, I'll keep you posted. Did he just say he likes PP 2000?
No, TC.
Yeah, he does also like PP 2000, but that's another video.
Another video.
That ending in Tiger Claws 3, though, man.
Yeah, it didn't bother me. I figured, what the hell?
This just in: Stand in Silence is going to waste his money.
The movies aren't bad.
Okay.
My opinion.
In your opinion, yeah. Well, you know what? If people like them, they like them. Sean, buy Death Promise. Yes, Death Promise is definitely one to get.
Is that a partner label, Death Promise?
No. It's a Vinegar Syndrome release. Very good. Very good, kind of like low budget street action movie. It's pretty good. I keep hearing rumors that the Taboo trilogy is likely getting the box. Are those any good? I've seen the first one. These are porn movies. Not my thing. It's taboo because it's like kind of the story's about incest. Not really my thing. There's 4 of them from what I understand though. So I don't know. I won't be buying it regardless. So we'll see. But there's not many other things that could get a box set, right? I mean, because unless they do like how Arrow's doing like the essentials of Giallo, do you think they could do like an essentials of Vinegar Syndrome box set?
Oh, maybe.
But the only problem is then some of those have slipcovers, and would a slipcovered movie make sense to put in a box? Like, why have that happen? You know?
Yeah, that's true.
It's very strange to me. Stand in Silence. I think I'm getting the hearse. You know, I'm actually I haven't seen it yet. I haven't. I'm actually gonna watch it tonight. So I don't know. Have you seen this one, BC?
I think I have, but I don't remember too much of the plots.
Right. Well, there you go. That's how memorable it is. Hey, brother, long time no see. Hope you're well. Heroic Waffle says.
Hello.
Barrett
I'm doing
says,
great.
There you go. Barrett says PP2000. That would be another stream. Yes.
Yes.
Are the VSPs part of the sale? Interesting. I don't know. I think maybe New York Ninja might be. But we'll find out. Maybe not. Maybe discounted very slightly. The Taboo movies are great. I've always loved the first one. Okay, great. There you go. Nice. I made the headlines. I'm officially getting Tiger Claws and Frat House. Let's see. Robbie says, I'm for sure getting Deadly Games, Sister, and The Grave, but not sure what else I really want. Sister. Those 3 are fucking great. Those are good choices.
Yeah.
Let's see. Shallow Grave, yeah. But I would.
Oh, Shallow Grave is good.
But get all those that you mentioned too. Shallow Grave is fantastic. Jim Powers in the house. What's up, Jim? Good to see you, brother. All right, let's jump into this because you guys want to tour the site. That's why you're here. So this is my old video. You'll see me talking here silently. I'm just going to kind of work our way to this front page. Let's see here. Okay, we'll stop here. We'll stop there and talk about kind of the stuff that's here. I can't pause it. Well, unfortunately, that's going to be up there. But let's talk about that first block, that first lineup.
absolutely, I recommend New York Ninja if you haven't gotten it. It's a lot of fun, and the work that went into it is fantastic, especially if you support film restoration and unearthing lost movies. And New York Ninja is a must for your collection. Flesh for Frankenstein, I do not recommend. I was not a fan of that one whatsoever. Oh, look, you're getting like a little. It's like you're getting a little comb. That was adorable.
Yeah.
Censor is a VSP. It's okay, but I don't know if it's something worth owning. And Ticks, I actually brought Ticks here because
Ticks is definitely worth owning.
Yes, I agree. Ticks is worth owning. So, okay, BC, do you want to talk about that first list, that first lineup? Anything that you recommend or don't recommend?
Just Ticks. What's the one to the left of Ticks? I can't see.
To the left of Ticks, the one that's like 4. That's the package. That's the October.
Oh, okay. So, cat appearance. Yes. His name is Trivi.
Trivi the cat, also known as Pussy Chaos.
Yes, Pussy Chaos. Ticks is wonderful. A lot of fun, memorable, exciting. Really, it shows what Vinegar Syndrome should be putting out. Movies like that.
Yeah. Razor says skip Frankenstein, Laughing Dead, and Camille Keaton. Absolutely agree.
I agree 100% with all that. Yes.
Let's pause it right
Keaton, Camille Keaton box set is such a bore.
I mean, it's literally like they shit in a box and then they make you pay for it. It's so bad. Even the people who like it, the way they talk about it, it's like, yeah, it was good. You have to kind of know those kind of movies. It wasn't like, oh fuck yeah, oh yeah, amazing masterpiece. You got to get it. It's so good. They're like, well, So when people do that, it's not 100% a slam dunk.
Yeah.
Laughing Dead, I don't know. It just felt like a nothing movie to me. It had some cool effects, but it was also kind of boring.
I think it has an audience for it, but we weren't it.
We were not it. Absolutely not. Then you've got Nothing Underneath and Too Beautiful to Die. Now you liked this more than I did.
I liked it more than you did, but I saw Nothing Underneath recently, and it was mediocre. But I don't know. It's not an awful movie, but yeah. Right, I hated The Laughing Dead. Yeah, so did I.
That pussy's getting fed up of being annoyed, BC.
The thing is, he's hungry, and I gave him food, and he just ate, but he wants more.
Damn cats always want to eat? What the hell's wrong with these cats? Anyway. Okay. So, as for me, Nothing Underneath, Too Beautiful to Die, it's okay. They're whatever movies. You really have to love Giallo to really, really love those. They didn't do anything for me. Camille Keaton in Italy, you should go back and watch our review. Me and BC eviscerated it. Nothing good about that at all. The Grave VSA, my favorite one. Grab it if it's still available. Very, 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 very good. Then let's talk Devil Story. This is a movie
I like that one.
At first I enjoyed, but then I didn't. So
it's torturous. It's almost like torture. If you're a bad movie masochist, like I consider myself, you gotta pick it up.
Razor says, remember when MC was excited for Devil Story? Oh, I remember. I remember. And it still hurts to this day. Jim is getting the grave, no doubt. Absolutely. Grab it. I keep skipping out on The Severed Arm just due to this slip. The Severed Arm is a really solid movie. I do recommend that. I would grab it. It's a good little picture. Not amazing, but it's a good little movie. I think it does its job fairly well. Devil Story for me is such a mess that it's hard to. Sorry, I'm trying to find the exact place. That it's really hard to recommend it because I think most people who like it is the same way they like the Camille Keaton box set. They go, oh, it's stupid and dumb and it doesn't make any sense and it's complete bullshit. But whatever, it's kind of funny and you can get drunk and watch it. So I mean, if that's the way you watch movies, then I think you'll dig it. But it's one of those mind-numbing movies that just makes you question why the fuck would they do this? Why would humans get together to make this movie?
Yes, it's awful. It's awful, but it's memorable awful. Like you remember parts of it. It's not like you forget about it. You remember certain stuff about it.
Oh no, you will never forget a Devil Story for sure.
Yeah.
For better or worse. And then
that crazy horse. Like,
yes, the crazy horse being shot at through the whole damn movie. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Resurrection is when I do want to point out this was a lot of fun. Such a good movie. It's basically a rip-off of Seven with Christopher Lambert, and it's really well done. I liked it.
Master Chaos, is that one Resurrection still available to try before you buy on streaming?
I don't know. I think it might be. A lot of these I would 100% go check on Tubi, check on YouTube. A lot of this shit is on YouTube, which is kind of nuts.
Yeah, Devil Story is on YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely. Go check
so
that out.
There you go. Try that before you buy that. That's the number one movie that you better not buy unless you know what you're getting into. If
you're here, you care about your money. There's only 4 letters you need to remember. TBYB, my friends, and
yes.
we do it to save you. We do it to save you money. I mean, it's your money. Spend it on shit if you want, but you should probably save it for good shit. Okay. The next up, Shallow Grave, 100%. Did I bring it? Yeah, I did. Shallow Grave is probably my favorite thing they've released in a long, long time.
That's a great.
Love it. So fucking good, man. It's right up there with some stuff we'll talk about later, like some of their older titles that are very good, Candy Snatchers, and I'm blanking on the other one that I really love, but we'll get to it. We'll get to it as we go down. But Shallow Grave, you agree, is a good one, yes?
Yes.
Excellent.
I still remember how good Candy Snatchers was. That was really good.
Was good. Yeah. Bumpy says, it's bad when BC calls it awful.
Yeah.
That's true. That is true. Speaking of bad, I will say stay away from Blades. It's basically a Jaws ripoff, but it doesn't even have its tongue in its cheek well enough. It's not funny. It's not quirky. It's not witty. I don't know. I found it pretty disappointing in general. I'd stay away from that. A 4K that will be up is Terminal Island. This is an okay movie. It's not amazing. It's essentially a women in prison movie, but with not that much nudity and Tom Selleck. Tom Selleck is in it.
Wow.
I actually think you see him naked more than you do other ladies in the movie, but BC does not like this. But yeah, Terminal Island just did not. I mean, it's okay. I liked it, but I didn't love it, so I can't 100% recommend it. Auntie Lee's Meat Pies. Did I sell that to you? I don't remember.
No, you didn't.
Maybe it was to Zach. Somebody grabbed it because I don't have it anymore, and it didn't work for me. Here's a movie that was stacked, and I mean literally stacked with beautiful busty women. And there's I think there's only one of them that gets naked. I don't know. There's something about a movie that promises something and doesn't deliver it that really pisses me off. And that was disappointing.
I remember, this is not Vinegar Syndrome related, but I remember you really, really, really got pissed off about the werewolf woman.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that movie? We talked about it, and you were really pissed off.
Yes.
Why were you pissed off? Explain to us.
It's been a while since I've seen it, but if I remember correctly, she never becomes a werewolf, and she's never naked or something like that. I forget what it was.
Something like that. Yeah.
But it basically doesn't live up to its name, and that really bugs me when stuff like that happens. Bullet Blake did not like Shallow Grave. Oh man, okay.
Oh, okay.
It's all good. Razor says, "Try it and you won't buy it." I mean, yeah, that happens a lot. Stan and Son says, but still, PP 2000. Yes, we should make t-shirts. Barrett says, tough guys don't dance. Oh God, don't buy it. But let's talk about that, because I did not like it, and I ended up sending it to you, BC. How do you feel about this movie now?
I didn't like it, but the more I think about it and stuff I've read about the movie, I kind of want to go back and watch it again under a different lens, you know? Because I don't know. I didn't like it, but but I've read some more stuff about it and kind of want to give it a second shot.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
let me know if the second shot works out for you.
All right.
Stan and Sons asked about Sugar Cookies. Sugar Cookies is good, but it's more of a drama than you think it is. It's a solid little movie though. I did enjoy it. Just go in expecting a drama and you'll like it. Kami says, yo, Master Chaos, I was following your production of The Horseman every day. Didn't know you were a director. Well, I mention it all the time, but yes, I am. In my reviews, I always say I'm a filmmaker, and now you know, now you have proof. That's why I review movies that come from that perspective, you know, for better or worse. I do like to bring my work home with me. And Lynn Lowry's amazing. She was in one of my films. I love her so much. Oh, Bullet Blake enjoyed Tough Guys Don't Dance. There you go. There you go. All right. There's an audience for everybody. Oh, Bullet says, I've watched it several times. Wow.
Cool. That's cool.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's why I want to give it a second chance, you know?
Right. Let's see. Okay, let's continue. Girls' School Screamers. It gets a bad rap, but, you know, for all of those who say that I'm a Vinegar Syndrome hater, I liked Girls' School Screamers. I thought that was a really fun movie. I mean, it wasn't amazing, but it was good, you know? Would I recommend it? Would I say it's the ultimate movie? No, but there's not a lot of movies on here that I would say are the ultimate fucking movie. Yeah. Are you interested at all in Girls' School Screamers, BC?
No, not really.
There you go. There's your answer, everybody. Whatever It Takes, VSA. I liked it. Did you get a chance to see this one yet?
Yes, I did. I liked it too.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I don't know if it's worth owning, but it's fine. It's a good little movie.
It's fun, yeah.
Compared to the Jalal Merhi bullshit, it feels like a genuine movie. You know, compared to all the other stuff that they've been putting out.
What did you think of The Lamp? Which I see on there.
Actually, yeah. Robbie says The Lamp is a pretty fun one. I like The Lamp. The Lamp is a lot of fun. Also known as The Outing. This was another. I believe it was the first maybe Scream Factory crossover because it was put out as The Outing, right? I think it was The Outing.
Yeah, The Outing.
Yeah. I liked it. It's a fun. It's a good little monster romp. It feels like Sorority Babes and the Slimeball Bowl-O-Rama, but not as pervy as that movie. You know, for better or worse. But I think that's a solid little monster movie. I think people will enjoy that. Question. Hey, look who it is. Aaron Pitt in the house. What's up, Aaron? I love you, man. Hey, we gotta talk. I'm curious about a couple of things, but we'll do that off air. I'm nervous about the upcoming VSAs. Man, aren't we all? I don't know. BC, I know you're grabbing all of them, but as far as I'm concerned, I've checked out. I don't want any VSAs. There's no interest for me at all because I'm expecting more Billy Blank's garbage. I don't know. That's how I feel about it.
Wow. Okay.
Do you think it's gonna be the next VSAs? Is it just should they just call it the VS Billy Blanks, VSBB?
VS Jalal Murray.
Oh my God. Oh man, if there's another Jalal Merhi movie, I mean that's it, bro. I'm not even like, VSAs are coming. Fuck you. I don't give a shit. I'm sorry. I'm done.
What is it you don't like about him? The acting or his karate skills?
Well, no. You know, here's the thing. As a martial artist, I would not shit on his skills because he obviously is talented. You could tell he knows his shit.
Yeah.
His acting, his writing, his directing. He doesn't direct them most of the time, but it just his plots are so stupid, and his presence on screen is so flat. I think in one of my reviews I said he makes Steven Seagal look like Marlon Brando.
Wow.
His acting is just putrid. I just can't stand watching that guy talk.
All right, fair enough.
And I don't want to be a dick. He's probably a very nice guy, but not for me. Not for me.
Not for you. Yeah. Oh, and there's another one that I see there. The Alien from LA.
Yes.
I heard that some of you guys didn't like the voice of the actress.
Yeah, Kathy Ireland. Oh my God, is that her name? Yeah, I'm blanking from it. Yeah, Kathy Ireland.
But then you liked the movie.
Absolutely. That was one of the big surprises. Razor says 6-string, all style, no substance. Without the style. Yeah, terrible movie. I do not recommend that either.
Alien from LA surprised me. I remember watching it on Mystery Science Theater, and you know, it was kind of a shitty little movie. She had a weird voice, and then it came out on Blu-ray, and I was really pissed about it. And I watched it, and you know what? It worked. It worked for me. Maybe I just grown into it, and it just I liked the world building. I liked all the choices the director made to make it an interesting movie. I thought, but that worked.
I'm excited to watch. What was that? Alien Private Eye again. Whenever you send it to me, because I didn't like it at first, but then I was in my car smoking, and I'm thinking about it, and I started liking it a little bit more.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden I buy it from you. So yeah, it's. I think that I really want to see that movie again. Really do.
Well, it's coming. It's coming. I'm glad you picked it up. Although the day after you asked me that you wanted it, a friend of mine was like, "Hey, do you still have that available?" Because he was gonna buy it too. So luckily, it seems like it'll sell.
Yeah.
Robbie, Blood Harvest, is the movie worth buying? We'll get to it, but I would say yes. I liked it. I like Blood Harvest. Did you like Blood Harvest?
Is Blood Harvest the one with the clown guy?
Yes.
What's his name? Is a famous guy, right?
Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved Blood Harvest. Yes.
There you go.
I thought it was very creepy, very, very, very creepy, and it gets uncomfortable in some scenes, but it's really good. I liked it.
Aaron is pretty checked down the VSAs as well. Yeah. Rough. Right up here, I highlight Through the Fire because it's awful. Don't get Through the Fire. It's stupid. Awful movie. Oh, so bad. So bad. In my opinion, obviously, these are all just our takes. But if you're here, then you're interested. Through the Fire, not good. Nothing happens till the very end, and it's kind of a detective cult movie, but it's trash. Throw it away. The Lamp I already gave thumbs up to. Killer's Delight. Did I send that your way?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. Someone has Killer's Delight because I don't think I've kept it. Killer's Delight is okay. It feels like a TV movie. It's a little light on the thrills, but it's okay. It's all right. It's kind of like a Son of Sam serial killer movie, but it's not necessarily gory or crazy or intense or anything like that. So, yeah.
Did you end up seeing the Larry Cohen movie?
No, not yet. But you know,
watch that. That one's very good. It's surprisingly good.
I'm gonna watch that tonight.
What's the title for that one again? I keep forgetting.
Perfect Strangers.
Perfect Strangers. There you go. Yeah, I bought that one. That was a blind buy, but not going off the merits of the director, which I really love.
Yeah.
So, and I was not surprised. I was glad that it delivered. So that one I enjoyed.
You know what movie I watched recently that you didn't like, and I was like, I'm just gonna watch it just to get it out of the way, just to know, just to have an idea in case anybody asks if it's good or not.
All right.
And I ended up loving it. The 11th Commandment.
Oh no, I did like that one.
Oh, you did? Okay, for some reason I thought you didn't like that one.
I did. It's really good, isn't it?
It's very good.
Yeah, that's the one where the dad from Family Matters is in it, right?
From Family Matters?
No, not Family Matters. The one with Will Smith. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Gosh, I think so. I don't remember actually. That's a good one.
He was the guy that was watching over him when he was in the sanitarium.
Guy.
Guy.
Yes. You're right.
Yeah. 11th Commandment was good. I have it. Good stuff.
It's very good. I guess we both recommend that one. Both likes and VSAs have really pulled me into the label as a whole. Interesting.
Cool.
Ragnar says VSA started out strong too. It's a shame. It is.
Yeah.
There's a bit much talk about non-porn titles here now. Non-porn? Yeah. We don't have talked about any porn titles. Not yet, anyway. We don't do porn. I mean, we do it, but not like in a collectible sensibility. Okay, 16 Samurai, no. Scanner Cop 1 and 2, yes, but I think they're not available like that anymore. I think they're available separate now. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that is.
I still haven't seen my copy of Scanner Cop.
Oh, you got to get it. It's great. Hey, Jim Powers is another fan of 11th Commandment. Nice.
Yeah.
Noise Loop. Would you recommend Pets? I just watched that last night. Finally got around to it. No, I honestly wouldn't, because nothing really happens in it. It's one of those movies that feels really random story-wise. I'll pause right there.
Oh, that's a good one. The VSA Alley Cat. I enjoyed the Alley Cat a lot.
Well, we'll talk about Alley Cat's gone though, so unfortunately
gone?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's gone. But in terms of to answer your question, no, Pets is it's almost 2 hours, and it's one of those movies where it doesn't really get a plot until an hour into it. There's nudity, but only from one actress, and she's great. I think she was a Playboy Playmate or something like that. The movie's okay, but it feels very flat, very kind of dull. It's very languorous. It takes its time, and it's not as. It's got its exploitative elements, but it doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't deliver, and it just wasn't as. It wasn't as sleazy as I wanted it to be. If that makes any sense. So I honestly wouldn't recommend it. But here we go. Aaron recommends it. Aaron says, "I love Pets, but I get it when someone doesn't like it." Okay, well there you go.
Oh, okay.
Aaron Pin is behind Pets. Sean says Alley Cat has a few hundred left. Oh, okay, great.
Oh, awesome.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about.
Is the site down now?
The site is down. Yeah.
All right.
That's why I'm doing it this way, so we can browse kind of from the past.
Yeah.
So Alley Cat, you loved it and you recommend it, yes?
I thought it was a lot of fun. Yeah. The chick is pretty cute. Yeah.
She's beautiful, but I mean, don't get me started on the framing, right, fellas? Nah, just kidding. You heard about the whole framing thing, right? I don't know if you heard this whole discourse on the.
Actually, no, I didn't.
Well, there's a whole thing about the aspect ratio. Like when you shoot a movie, there's different ways to that you could project the movie, and like sometimes if you project it wrong, you see like the boom, and weird things happen.
Okay, all right.
So apparently there's a framing that shows more of her boobs, like in the shower scene. Okay. And everyone's like, "What the fuck? We want to see more titties in this movie! Like, what's happening here? You cheated us, Vinegar Syndrome." And then apparently they went on the whole framing. They went for the actual aspect. I don't know. It was weird. Long story short, it is what it is. You still see her naked in the movie plenty of times.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ragnar says Alley Cat, the last really good VSA. There you go. Indy says Pets is his favorite VS title. Wow.
Wow, that's cool. That's cool, man.
Asian movie enthusiast, what's up? Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening.
Alley Cat is still available, but expected to go extremely fast. All right, so if you guys want to grab it, BC and Aaron Pin both recommend you get a handful of Alley Cat.
And don't just put it in your cart. Check out.
That happened.
If you leave it in your cart while you're browsing the rest of the site, someone else could snatch it from you.
Yeah. Aaron likes to point out that you see almost every female naked in Alley Cat. So there you go, guys. Get your money ready to shake it at the Alley Cat. I don't know. Okay, at the top of the list there's Surf 2. Avoid at all costs. I mean, it's probably still at 1,000 or more than 1,000. Surf 2 is awful. You will not like it. Again, taste is subjective, but in my opinion, Surf 2 is one of the worst things I've ever seen. Did you watch it, BC?
No, I have not.
Gotcha. You didn't miss anything at all. And now let's talk about one of your favorites. One of your favorite box set releases, which I think it was shocking to all of us that wait, it was just there. Why did I click away from it? It was shocking to all of us because you picked one of these films as your favorite film. One of your favorite. Actually, your number one favorite film of last year. Tell us about Cardona.
The Cardona collection, the first film, the one that's highlighted on the box art, I didn't like too much. I thought it was fine, but it wasn't great. But then the other two films, the one about the hurricane and the one with the little baby, the doll in the water. Which one is that one?
Bermuda
I watch a
Triangle.
lot of movies. So one,
Right.
the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
The Bermuda Triangle was, oh man, I'm saying I've stopped. I don't drink anymore that much. Actually, rarely. But you could play a drinking game every time that the drunk guy has a drink in the Bermuda Triangle movie. It's a fun little movie. But
Right.
apart from that, it's it's just a very enjoyable. Um, I like
Yeah.
so many things about it, And then the tropical storm, the hurricane one, it was really good. But that one with the
The
one
treasure.
the treasure hunt of the Amazon or whatever, that one was okay. But the other two, probably 4 or 5 stars. Yeah.
Gotcha. Indie Phantom is heading to work. Take care, my friend. Have a good time, and hopefully we'll see you live in the sale.
Take care.
Joe Jack, buenas noches, MC and BC. Looks like I'm late. It's okay, Joe Jack.
Hey,
The party only began right now. Bullet Blake, Surf 2 is one of the worst releases ever. Surf 2 is an abomination. Good. There you go. I'm glad. I'm glad to see there's a lot of love for it. Does anybody like Surf 2? Nah, I don't. Maybe here we go. Ryan likes Surf 2. There you go. Okay, good.
there you go.
I'm happy to hear that, man. Indeed. Sean wants you to know, make sure you save your credit card info on their checkout. That's what did me in when they sold those found VSAs earlier. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if we're gonna get any of those surprises. They might alert us like 2 hours before, so stay tuned to that. Is Cardona worth it at the sale price, BC?
At the sale price, yes.
In my opinion, no. But I didn't like any of them. Ben Grimm, not the thing, says Surf 2 wasn't that bad. Okay, good. I'm glad you liked it. Aaron says, I like Surf 2 better than the Cardona collection, but not by much. All right. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, Cardona collection. Moving on. Let's see. I'm not sure what I click on in this video, so what I'll do is I'll just pause it right there. Televised Terror. Here's a box set that I know Aaron loved. BC, what are your thoughts on Televised Terror Volume 1?
There was one of the movies that I thought was okay, but the other two were forgettable. And I don't remember which one was okay, so that goes to show.
I'm with you on that. The one that I liked the most was the Elijah Wood one, the Child in the Night or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that one quite a bit. But I love TV movies, but they just picked a weird box of movies.
Talking about box sets, I just recently finished the Homemade Horrors one. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah, Homegrown
Horrors. And my favorite is, my tastes are very different for everybody's. My favorite of that one was Fatal Exam.
Yeah.
Fatal Exam. And my least favorite was Winter Beast.
Wow.
Yeah. And I thought it was... Yeah, I've seen stop motion photography doesn't wow me. Sure, it has a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Or a lot of that. But the rest of the forest ranger talking to the other people was boring. And but Fatal Exam started out slow. It takes a while, but after an hour, it gets really interesting, and I really like Fatal Exam.
I was a fan of the entire box set. I actually have a Winter Beast poster over here, and I love that movie. But I also really liked Beyond Dream's Door, and I really liked A Fatal Exam. So I 100% get that box set if you don't have it. And to prove that it was a successful box set, they're doing a part 2 at the end of the year. TV Terrors didn't get a part 2, and Cardona didn't get a part 2. So that tells you something. So I 100% do get it. Because if it hasn't sold out yet, but it will when part 2 comes out. So I do recommend.
It tells you that my taste in films are not the majorative.
That's absolutely correct. Rachel says, "Don't buy Cardona. Don't encourage VS to release anymore." That's true. Ragnar says the Cardona movie with Donald Pleasance in it gets pretty good, and you get 3 movies for the price of one. What's not to like? Yeah, I guess that's true. Not for the price of one though, because it's a pretty hefty price. But I liked the Donald Pleasance one, whereas BC did not.
No, I didn't like it that much.
Yeah.
There's boobs, good boobs in it. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's about it.
Aaron says he really enjoyed the TV set. The book written on TV movies is called "Are You in the House Alone for a Reason?" Yeah, well, that makes sense. Joe Jack, for speedy checkout on VS, I skipped PayPal and just put my CC info in. I have autofill too. I got 3 VSAs on the New Year's Eve sale that way, I should say.
That's good. Smart, Joe.
I work pretty quickly through PayPal myself, but Bullet says Beyond Dreams Door was the winner for him.
Cool. Yeah, I like that one.
It tells you that they put a better box set on Homegrown Horrors. They did put a better box art, absolutely. That's absolutely true. But the movies were also good, and that spurred sales. Absolutely spurred sales. All right, let's go here. Yes, this is where we left off. Nightmare Weekend, that's an older title. They got a slip. I'm not sure if the slip is still available or not. In terms of the movie, I wouldn't recommend it. I think it's pretty stupid myself. But again, I'm just coming from a script perspective. It's complete nonsense. Have you seen this one, BC?
No, I haven't.
It's about a scientist who makes silver balls that. And let me see if I can get this correct. He makes silver balls, phantasm style silver balls, that if they attack you, they enter your body and they can turn you into a mind-controlled zombie. And then there's a computer-controlled puppet. It doesn't make any sense. It's nonsense to me. I didn't like it. Murder Weapon, Deadly Embrace was an old title. They got a slip. I think the slip is gone. I think that sold pretty fast. As far as the double feature go, it's great. Tons of boobs. The movies are okay. Kind of, basically one of those shot over the weekend, late 80s, early 90s boob movies with kind of sex thrillers. Do you have those?
No, I don't.
Gotcha. If you guys like Linnea Quigley and who else is in it? Linnea Quigley. I'm blanking on her name now, but she only shows up in one quick scene. Linnea Quigley is basically the star of the box set. There's 2 movies, but if you like Linnea, pick it up. You won't be disappointed. Sugar Cookies, like I said, is a drama. It's a solid little movie, but it's got some lesbian stuff in it, which is nice. Mary Warnoff.
That's always nice.
Yeah, Mary Warnoff and Lynn Lowry. But it's not explicit, so it's kind of softcore kind of thing. It's interesting. I liked it. Count Dracula's Great Love. I'm a big Paul Naschy guy. It's not my favorite Paul Naschy movie, but it's okay. I think if you like vampires and you like it, Spanish horror, I think you'll dig it for the most part. Do you have any of those? You don't have any of those, right?
No, I don't. No. Wait, do I? I have Sugar Cookies, I think. Yeah, I have Sugar Cookies, but I haven't seen it.
Gotcha. Sean says, I almost purchased Hitcher in the Dark thinking it was the Hitcher. Oh, it's far from it. Far from it. That's Hitcher is a good movie. Hitcher in the Dark is not, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, it's not. Is that the one with the Umberto Lenzi one? Who is the director for Hitcher in the Dark?
Is it Lenzi? Yeah, I think it's Umberto Lenzi. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that, according by the director, I thought was gonna be good because the director has done a lot of crazy batshit stuff.
Sure.
And this one was boring and. I understand if you like it because, like the theme is there, the darkness is there, but it feels like a TV movie. It's not jacked up as you would expect from a Umberto Lenzi movie.
Very true. That was a disappointment. We'll get to that one eventually. Aaron says we also have the star of Saturday Night Deadly Night 2. That's right. He does appear in that. He has sex with one of the girls. This is the only other movie I've seen him in, which I'm guessing he's done more, but I only know him from that. BC, what are your top 3 favorite adult titles?
I don't have any adult titles from Vinegar Syndrome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Neither do We don't really collect those. I watch them on when I review them or when I've mentioned the ones I've seen. I try before I buy. They're all up on like Xvids and Pornhub and things like that. That's pretty much all I need to know. I don't need them on my shelf. It also has Dale Midkiff from Pet Sematary. Yes, that's right. He plays the hero in that. Okay, All American Murder. Robbie says All American Murder is worth getting. Really enjoyed that one. I agree. Very, very good. Well, very, very funny script, but it's also a very subtly made movie. So you get a lot of good stuff from that movie. You get a good script, well, a funny script. You get some very unique acting, and you get a pretty well constructed plot. So all in all, it's a pretty solid movie. But just know going in, it kind of feels like a TV movie. But if it were written by college frat boys that were high on crack, you have to watch the movie to understand what I mean. Or, it's a movie where Christopher Walken just kind of made up his own dialogue, which it feels like that.
Is that one with the eyes in the dark? Is that called The Cellar?
The Cellar, yes.
I haven't seen that movie. Is it any good?
I was going to talk about it next. The Cellar is okay. It's not my favorite film by. Oh my God! I was just literally talking to him. Oh man, this sucks. Kevin. Oh my, it's Kevin. Oh fuck me. Anyway, the director of Night of the Demon. The Cellar's good, but not great. It takes a long time to get anywhere, and that was my problem with it. But the monster stuff at the end is really good.
Okay.
It's not bad. It's like a Monster in the Cellar type movie, but I just felt like it took its time to really get going, and that rubbed me the wrong way, pacing wise.
This is not Vinegar Syndrome, but talking about the monster only shows up at the end. That reminds me of what's the one with the killer, the aborted baby, from it's not Vinegar Syndrome.
It's Alive?
No, not It's Alive. It's Night Feeder, I think it's called, or something like that.
Oh my God! Yeah. Oh.
You only see the baby like in the last 5 minutes. The rest is like talking.
Freaking boring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Stand and Silence, yes. Murder Weapon, Deadly Embrace is a Linnea double feature. I highly suggest you get that if you like Linnea. Oh wow, the comments are coming in fast and furious. I'm sorry, we're trying to do this. We're trying to show you things and catch up. I'm gonna make sure I get to everybody. By the way, leave a thumbs up if you're here, please. That helps the video, and that helps the algorithm know that the party is at Master Chaos's house.
Right.
Let's see. Okay. Fed says, "Hey, Fed, welcome." He says, "Hey guys, just saying hi during my break. Catch you on the replay." Okay, pal.
All right, man. Awesome.
I hope you are well. The Elijah Wood one made you want to punch him in the face.
Yes.
He's a child in the night. You can't punch him in the face. Bullet says, let me see. Bullet says, I only own 3 adult titles from VS, I think. Oh, there you go. Okay, let's go through this. Grave Secrets VSA, we've talked about that. You liked it, I didn't. Summer Camp Girls I've seen on Pornhub. It's okay. It's fine, but I don't know, 70s stuff doesn't really do it for me. Rush Week. Let's talk about Rush Week, because this one is another movie that a lot of people didn't like that I really liked. It worked for me.
Is that the one where at the beginning, this is not a spoiler, because it's at the beginning, the girl is a runner and she has a heart attack and dies? Or is that a different movie?
No. What is that?
Which one is that one?
Oh, that's Graduation Day. That's
Graduation Day. Oh, yeah. Okay. But they're both college type movies.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
Graduation Day, pretty good. I recommend that one.
That's a good one, absolutely. And that's a classic one. One of the first ones, actually, VS put out. Rush Week. Here's the thing about Rush Week. No, I think all the kills are off screen. There's no real gore and blood. It is a little talky, but tons of nudity and amazing nudity. Like almost every girl who gets killed gets naked first. and I'll tell you what, they cast the hell out of those parts, if you know what I mean, and it's worth it for that. So that made me enjoy the movie quite a bit. Rush Week is really, really good, and if you enjoy your movies with some, bodacious casting, that's the movie for you. Are you interested in getting Rush Week?
I'm not sure if I'm getting anything at all during the sale because I'm kind of tight financially now. But
Gotcha.
I mean, like I'm getting the 2 VSAs, but going through a financial slump. So.
I hear you.
But hopefully I'll be back on top for their Black Friday sale.
Absolutely. Fletch has a question. Let me remove this so I can read this a little better. Real quick, what is your favorite Kung Fu movie that is not a Shaw Brothers or Golden Harvest film? Basically, what's your favorite independent Kung Fu film? Oh, man. That's a tough question. Anything with Donnie Yen, honestly. I think Donnie Yen is fantastic, dude. He's great. He's just a really good fighter. Kung Fu Killer is a really good one. It's kind of like a slasher movie, but with Kung Fu. I think that's what it's called. That's a really great film. The first two Ip Man movies I really liked. I'm just thinking recent ones, honestly. Mad Monkey Kung Fu. That's an older one. That might be Shaw Brothers. It's tough, but I love. To me, it has to have a good story and it has to have a very compelling lead actor. Those help a lot. Get me through those movies. Let's see here. Okay, Rush Week. Okay, here we go. Death Promise is coming up. Now this is where my subscription started last year. Death Promise and Last Gasp. I really loved both of these movies. I think they're really, really well made films.
Last Gasp, the one with the T-1000?
Yes. Aaron says, nudity, you say? It's a must. Absolutely. It helps. It helps. Kevin Tenney. Yes, Kevin Tenney. Jesus Christ. I was literally just talking. We're just talking on Facebook a little like a day ago. Kevin Tenney. Jesus Christ. Yes. Death Promise is a kind of a New York, not sleazy, but kind of a New York karate death wish kind of movie. It's kind of goofy, but it works. I think it does the job it promises.
Sounds familiar. I might have seen it.
I think you did. I think you might have seen it on YouTube or something like that. It's a good movie. Yeah. Last Gasp is interesting. No one talks about it. This is one of the forgotten ones.
It is one of the forgotten ones, yeah.
I liked it, but I wouldn't say it's a must. Definitely a TVYB, but I think it's a solid little movie. It's about this land developer who gets cursed by some Indians, and then he basically turns into like a sex pervert, but also like a murdering maniac kind of thing. And another movie, by the way, it's just us pals talking here. Saved by Nudity, tons of excellent nudity, and that really made my day. So Last Gasp, I think if you get it, you won't necessarily be disappointed, but just be aware it's definitely more of a erotic thriller than a horror movie.
I remember it was pretty, like the shooting was dark. Like, it wasn't. Most of the scenes that take place at night and stuff.
For Last Gasp?
Yeah, for Last Gasp, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty. Mostly set at night. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got Hitcher in the Dark, which we've talked about. That underwhelming for both of us, I think.
Yeah.
Overall, we were expecting something much better. Barrett says Kung Fu Killer is very good. Kind of Tiger Claw's plot when you think about it. It is. You're absolutely right, but done way better. Way better. Oh man, way better. Craig says, "Congrats on the movie. Is the post process expected to be as brisk as the shoot, or do you have more time to breathe?" No time to breathe. I technically should be editing now, but I don't even have an editor assigned to me yet. But my cut has to be locked before June, so we're rushing into it. Stay tuned for that. Okay, let's go down here. What about The Fear? Did I sell that to you, or maybe I sold that to Zach? I'm not sure.
I think I saw that on YouTube or something. The Fear. That's the one with the wooden puppet.
Yes.
I remember watching it, but
It didn't stick in your head.
no, it didn't. It
Yeah.
didn't.
You know what? It's a movie that is very familiar to VHS. People who haunted the video stores back in the day.
Yeah, I remember the cover.
Lovers, but it's not a good movie. It's really long and it doesn't necessarily deliver the goods, in my opinion. And I know Ron, one of the writers, or the writer, I should say. It's not really a killer puppet movie till the last 15 minutes of the movie. It's more of a psychological drama about friends coming to grips with their issues. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, they were doing like a thesis experiment on fear, like what frightens you.
Yeah,
something like that. Something like that. Yeah.
Bullet Blake says Eureka just announced Police Story box set. That looks pretty enticing. I would be excited about that if I didn't have the Blu-ray from Criterion. Even though they're putting out all three. The good news is, I guess Super Cop is released separate. I don't need them in 4K though, so that's good. If you guys didn't get that and you're region free, I would suggest looking into that. Sulaco is thinking of doing the half-year subscription. Well, let's talk about that real quick. Ragnar says, how much you think for the half-year subscription? $500 or $600? I'm gonna say $6. But let's talk about this real quick. Well, we've seen, first of all, this year to me has been disappointing for the main reason that's mostly been upgrades. That doesn't do it for me. I certainly don't need, and sometimes just straight, repressing of Blu-rays that I already have. The rest of the year proves to be, or I should say, looks to be the same thing. So if you're into 4K upgrades, then 100% get the subscription. But be aware that if you don't like that, you will be getting more of that. If the rest of the year does prove to be 4K upgrades, I'm not going to subscribe for 2023. It's not worth it for me, right, BC?
I agree.
But if you guys are super 4K crazy, then 100% do what you got.
I think it comes down with if you have a killer 4K TV. If you have one of those like TV that costs more than $1,000 and the 4K looks nice on your TV, then you might be more of a 4K guy. But my TV costs $400. It is a 4K TV and it's a good brand, but I don't see much of an improvement between Blu-ray and 4K on my TV.
Well, the problem is they're upgrading movies that weren't shot for the medium. The movie I just shot, we shot in 6K. So
wow.
You can, if there ever is a 6K version, you can release it in the ultimate version. The movies that were shot back in the day were not shot in that resolution. So, 4K can only do so much for like an older movie, especially an oldie grindhousey movie, that was shot, like for a couple $100,000 in some dude's backyard. That there's only so much 4K can do to improve on the movie.
Yes.
I mean, I think 4K works for stuff shot today, Marvel movies and things like that. You 100% can see a difference.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I certainly don't need, 4K upgrades for what the hell just came out? Was it X-Ray? Was that a 4K? I don't even remember. I don't need that. Stan Sands asks about Nurse Sherry. It's okay. It's a Andy Milligan movie. It's okay. I wouldn't pay more than $20 for it. It's not amazing whatsoever. So take that for what you will. Jim says The Fear has a weird storyline. I agree.
Yeah.
Aaron dug The Fear. And
Cool.
Bullet says Fear was abysmally hilarious in all the wrong ways. Oh, it's Al Adamson. My bad. It's Al Adamson. Nurse Sherry. Let's see. I want them to release part 2 with Betsy Palmer. Yeah, Fear 2. I wonder. I mean, I feel like they would have done that already if they could, right? Because they're doing double feature. I don't know. We'll see. I hope you mentioned Putney Swoop today. We'll be talking about it. It's not one of my favorites, to be honest, but we'll mention it. Absolutely. Hellbound says, hope the movie making process went well. It actually surprisingly went amazingly well. Very, very happy.
Awesome.
Very, very happy with how it came out. Let's see. The discount on the partner labels I enjoyed last year. No subscription this year. Yeah, partner label discount really helps a lot. Because there's a lot of good stuff they put out, and sometimes stuff that's not that good. Forgotten Gialli Volume 3, I think, is still available. I'm not 100% sure. If you guys can correct me in the chat, let me know. I liked it, but my favorite is Part 4. Forgotten Gialli 4, because which I don't think it's on sale. But it's got, again, I'm going to defer to my number one criteria. It's got the best boobs. Volume 4. Satan's Blood is again full of nudity, kind of a random plot, but
what was the plot on Satan's Blood? I don't remember if I have it or not.
I don't think you do. This is a movie where a couple are driving down the street and they run into a random couple and they're like, "Hey, we know you. Come to our house for a party." So they go to the house for a party, and it turns out that they're Satanists, and they basically have like a 40-minute orgy.
That's so not predictable. That's been done. Overly done so many times before.
Yeah, absolutely nothing new, but some great nudity and a really weird ending that at first I hated, but the more I thought about it, it kind of worked. It kind of worked on me, and I think I really like it, so I do recommend it.
Right.
Aaron Pin reporting Volume 4 will be on sale, so get it. Arabella Black Angel should be the first thing you watch. So good. If BC would have been in town, what role would he have played in Headless Horseman? I can't say. Spoilers, so I can't say. But when you watch the movie, I'll tell you. Nurse Sherry is OOP, but somebody, I believe, Stan and Sounds was asking if somebody was selling it in his area. Let's see. Just by coincidence, the guy's asking $19. Get it? Yeah, it's not bad for $19. Not a bad deal.
Not bad.
Cthulhu Mansion is okay. It's not the best, but it's fine. Did you see Cthulhu Mansion, BC?
No, it doesn't. I don't know. Something about it doesn't really get me interested.
It kind of takes a long time to get going. There's a couple cool monster things in there, but man, it's okay. I mean, I can't 100% recommend it, but I can't say it's a piece of shit either.
You know what I can say is a piece of shit? The next movie on the right.
Take it.
Dark Tower, what is it called? I can't read from here. The screen is too small.
Dark Tower. It is Dark Tower. You are correct.
Dark Tower. That one, I blind bought it because of the cover. I picked it up from you, Master Chaos. And it was a piece of garbage.
Yes.
Yes, it was rotten, Mr. Powers. It was so bad.
Tony has you up on his channel right now? What? How did he do that? Hello, Tony. I love you, man. That's weird. Yeah, Dark Tower sucks ass. Stupid, boring crap. And that was the first movie I watched when my first year as a subscriber. I'm like, all right, look at this cover. This is gonna be great. There's purple. There's like a ghost. There's like some kind of zombie guy. It's gonna be great. Nothing happens.
No.
Literally until the last 2 minutes of the movie.
Is that the one when the guy like gets into the wall or climbs out of the wall, something like that?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. No, it's awful. Awful. Of course, Aaron loves it. Can't hate anything with Jenny Ogden. I love Jenny. She's amazing, but she's underused in this, so it doesn't do it for me. Tribal Chief in the house says getting Fated Black, Shiva Baby, the Neon God, Her Smell, and the Grave. I agree with Fade to Black, Shiva Baby, and the Grave. Neon God is actually I liked it, but it's not worth owning in my opinion. And Her Smell, I couldn't even get 20 minutes into it. Ugh. I'm thinking maybe Michael Keane could guest one of these MC streams sometimes. He's been on before. He's a busy guy though. He's making his movie. But yeah, Dark Tower. Skip it. Another one. Well, actually, I think it's gone already, so you have to skip it anyway. Is the House of Usher? What a shit.
That's probably the worst VSA in my opinion. That one is probably tied with Wolfpack as the worst VSAs. Wolfpack and the House of Usher. In my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I still say Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon of Bullshit is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, but House of Usher just so dull.
Very much so.
Ragnar, you see two of me because I'm using an old video to scan the site. That's why I'm in the corner there in my Christmas attire. Cthulhu Mansion or Murder Weapon Deadly Embrace? Taking the nudity out of the equation, Murder Weapon Deadly Embrace. There's the answer. Cthulhu Mansion doesn't have nudity and barely has monsters. So get the double feature. I think you'll enjoy that. Aaron says TC2000 is the worst.
Oh no, I don't agree with that. But
that's the beauty of Vinegar Syndrome fandom, because it's so varied. The rest of the stuff is porn here, except for Beastmaster. I don't know what's available for Beastmaster, but I mean that's a no-brainer. I mean, get Beastmaster. Jesus Christ.
Beastmaster is good, yeah.
Get Beastmaster. TC2000 was fun. Razor's a big.
See, yeah, it wasn't. It's not like I'm not saying that it's like a Oscar-worthy film, but it was fun.
Absolutely.
In my opinion, yeah.
Absolutely. Champagne and Bullets is not the worst VSA. It's not. No, it's not the worst. I liked it, but I don't know that I'd ever rewatch it. It disappointed me. I think I wanted it to be worse. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fade to Black there at the top. Absolutely get it if you haven't gotten it. It is amazing. It's a great film and absolutely a shining jewel in the VS catalog.
I'm surprised it hasn't sold out completely.
I mean, it might have. This is from like 6 months ago, but in terms of what slips are available, I'm not sure. If anybody knows, report in the chat. Aaron says Beastmaster has a limited site exclusive slip. Okay, there you go.
Oh, cool.
Ragnar says I can live without 4K. I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Excuse me.
I might have to go in like 5 or 10 minutes. Because,
okay.
Yeah.
You're dying. Your phone is dying.
My phone is dying. I haven't had dinner yet, and my cat wants to eat also. So 3 things.
Gotcha. No worries. Well, thank you for hanging out as long as you can here. Silent Madness, their first 3D title. I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I loved it. Silent Madness was a lot of fun. Yeah.
That's definitely a must. I think you guys would enjoy that one. Don't Panic. It's the lesser of the Galindo Jr. movies, but it's on the pajamas. People love the pajamas.
Yeah.
Joe Jack says Beastmaster is how I found VS.
Oh, really? Cool.
Nice. Aaron says Fade to Black was pretty low when I checked. Okay, thank you for letting us know.
All right.
Nightmare Sisters is another Bring Stevens movie. By the way, if you guys have any questions for BC, send them into the chat real quick, and we'll try and answer them before he leaves.
Yeah.
Nightmare Sisters is another super cheesy titty flick. There's a bubble bath scene that is super memorable.
I haven't seen it yet.
Watch it tonight.
No, tonight I'm gonna watch Feeders 3.
Oh, okay. Oh man, please let me know what you think.
Have you seen it?
No, I have not.
Okay.
But depending on your thoughts, I may buy it.
All right.
And I do still want to have Mark Polonia on to talk about the movie.
All right, cool.
Aaron says, "Love the cat, BC."
Thanks. He's a real pal.
He is. It's nice to have a little buddy.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, let's go to Don't Go in the Woods. One of my least favorite directors of all time, James Bryan, but I kind of like Don't Go in the Woods. There's a charm to that movie.
I liked it as well. Yeah.
It's not great. I think the first time you watch it, you'll be put off by the really bad music. Look at the cats. It's like, come on, dude, Give me some tuna.
All right, I'm gonna say goodbye to everybody for tonight.
Okay, man. And one last comment. Craig says, "Peace out, BC. Oh, always a pick me up when you join the stream, and this is the week we probably all need some pick me up." That's true.
Thanks, man. It's very, very heartfelt. Peace out to you too, brother. And let's hope we all enjoy the movies that we buy during the sale.
Absolutely. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, pal.
All right.
Good night. And there he goes. Just you and me, pal. Let's get into it. Malibu High. Weird movie because it's sort of sold as a kind of a teenage sex comedy, and it turns out to be very, very dark, very bleak crime thriller. I don't know. It was so strange. I think if it was marketed differently, I would have enjoyed it more, but it just took me by surprise a bit too much, in my opinion. Witch Trap, lots of fun. Another Kevin Tenney movie. Great stuff. Really, really great stuff. Monster in a house. Linnea Quigley takes a shower. Good stuff. Who Done It? It's kind of a forgotten title, but I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. I think that's a really solid little slasher movie. It was a very interesting kind of filmmaking twist. I did enjoy that one quite a bit. Aaron says, me and Tarantino love Malibu High. Well, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. One title that I highly recommend is Dial Code Santa. That's a movie that I think a lot of people probably slept on because they thought it was a kid's movie, and it is technically. But fuck, man, what a movie. What a movie. It's actually something I watch with Little Master every Christmas now. It's one of our perennial favorites. By the way, everybody watching, do me a favor. Remember, drop a thumbs up. That really helps. Moving on here. Robbie says, Malibu was a weird one. Really dark indeed. Let me pause it right here. How do you know if things are getting restocked or not? For example, are those hundreds of alley cats on their inventory necessarily the last ones, or could a restock be added? I don't know about that. It's hard to tell. It is hard to tell what they'll do. Will they restock? I don't know. I can't tell you that. Yeah, we'll have to find out. We have to wait and see. Everybody needs Dial Code Santa. Absolutely true. Great movie. Rest in Pieces. Terrible. Stupid. Boring. Awful. That you pick one of those, put those on the poster. One of those movies where nothing really happens and you don't even get an ending. Two great movies, Cemetery of Terror and Grave Robbers. Absolutely bonkers fun. Get those. Absolutely fun time. Memorial Valley Massacre and Zombie 5. Not good. In my opinion, those are pretty terrible movies. Memorial Valley Massacre is a pretty lame slasher movie. It's about a kid who gets lost in the woods and he grows up a caveman. It doesn't make any sense. And then he becomes a killer. It's nonsense. Zombie 5 doesn't really have zombies until the end. And there's no real killing birds until the end. Nonsense. Stay away. Excuse me. Viper says Fade to Black was at 132 when I placed my order on Monday. Okay, 132 left, guys. So jump on it if you want it. A couple of really good ones down here to recommend. The Caller. Actually, the line producer on my Headless Horseman movie was William Butler, who was the special effects guy on The Caller. He was the one who. Well, I don't want to say anything, but it's spoilery, so I won't mention anything. But The Caller is a very unique little movie. It's a very, very unique little movie. It's essentially a play. Two people, well, I think there's three at one point, but essentially two people in a house, and it's very mysterious and very, very confusing, but you just have to sit back and let it develop, and I think you'll be very, very surprised in a good way. Aaron says, no one's collection is complete without The Caller. I agree. I think it's a pretty damn well-made movie. As Stan says, I watched half of Creepazoids on YouTube. Total garbage of a film. Yeah, it is. A line producer watches day-to-day budget. Yeah, the line producer is basically the guy on set who makes sure the catering's on time. He's basically the producer on set. So he's the one who, makes sure all the contracts are in, everybody's signed in. If it's a SAG project that the SAG actors have signed, their in and outs and things like that. It's a thankless job. I did it once and I'll never do it again. It's awful. It makes you hate movies, to be honest. The color is a nice little gem. I agree. I thought about picking up the color. Might it then? Yes, do it. Yes, grab it. Next to that is Pandemonium, a movie that I think most people have forgotten. It gets kind of a lot of hate, but I like it. I think it's a fun little movie. It's the kind of humor that works for me. It's kind of a Naked Gun slasher spoof kind of thing. It worked for me. I had fun with it. Good cast too. Carol Kane, Judge Reinhold. Good shit. 11th Commandment. I'm actually going to be picking this one up. I watched a friend's copy recently. I really, really liked it. And if it still has a slip, I think I will grab it. Very, very well done movie. Perfect Strangers, I haven't seen. I own it. I have not seen it yet. Old Dracula sucks ass. Stupid. I didn't like it. But I know it has its fans. Stan and Sons says, Zombie 5 was the first VS I ever got. What did you think of it? Did you like it? I'm curious. Severed Arm is still hanging in there. It is a solid little movie. I do recommend it. And not just because I feel bad for it hanging in there for so long, but it actually is a really interesting slasher movie. Not something you'd expect, but it is, I think, very well put together. Blood Games, absolutely get it. Get it. One of the best things they've ever put out. So good. So damn good. Immortalizer, it's okay. It feels very standard to me. You know, it's not I don't know. It's mad scientists, you know, turning old people into young people kind of movie. It's all right. I've seen worse. Patty Hearst, it's good. It feels more like it should be a Criterion release, to be honest. It doesn't seem like it fits here, like Putney Swoop, which I think was a Criterion release at one point. But it's okay. It's a good movie. It's kind of a, political drama in a way. So, keep that in mind. Dolly Dearest, I love that movie. I think it's great, but then I'm a sucker for doll movies. That is a fantastic little movie. I do recommend that one. Razor Robin says, old blackface Dracula. Yeah, it's a weird choice. Aaron is an old Dracula fan. Well, good. Obviously there's fans for all of these things. Death Row Game Show was your first. That's a good one. I love that movie, and hopefully we'll get a slip tonight. Tomorrow night, I'm jumping the game. Blood Games is great. Absolutely. Putney Swoop was part of the Eclipse box set. That's what it was. Yeah, I knew they put something out like that. Gotta get Blood Games, one of their best. Surprised it's still in stock. This is from 6 months ago, so the slip might be sold out by now. If anybody can confirm, let me know. Yeah, slip is sold out. It's just this case, but it's still a good movie, and I do recommend it. If you want the slip, go to eBay. You can probably find somebody trying to get rid of it. Dolly Dearest, again, the slip is gone, but I just saw a little movie. If you like Chucky, you're going to like Dolly Dearest. I'll just speed through these since I'm by myself here. Pale Blood, I didn't like it. Didn't work for me. I like the cast, though. Deadline, didn't work for me. Olivia, I think it's okay, but it's not rewatchable. Malabimba, I've not seen, but I think it's an adult title. I'm not mistaken. Aaron says, "Don't say tonight. I need sleep tonight." Yeah. No, we definitely need our rest, and then we'll hit it hard tomorrow. Oh boy. Horror House on Highway 5. Is that what it's called? No, Hollywood Horror House. That's what it is. Hollywood Horror House. I liked it. I thought that was a good little movie. Very interesting. Very much a take on whatever happened to Baby Jane and stuff like that. CMC, you should have had me on tonight. You want to come in? If you're hanging out, I'll send you the link, man. This was an impromptu thing, but if you're free, I'll send you the link, dude. Extra 3, not the best Extra movie. It's basically a little. The alien looks fucking good though, great effects, but it's a little creepy little old alien. He looks old to me, running around the woods killing soldiers. Sure, man, awesome. Okay, let me get Aaron in the mix here. Give me 1 second, folks. I'm gonna get Aaron in the pipeline. Open my thing, get my email going. All right. All right. Hey, my movie is called The Headless Horseman, and I was, I don't have them here. I don't know the other one. And I was contacted by PETA, of all places, and PETA says, "Hey, we see you're making a movie called The Headless Horseman. We want you to know that horses are the most mistreated animals on a movie set. So we want to make sure that you're taking precautions to take care of the animals. We're not sure if there's horses involved or whatever, but we would like to know what's being done for animals." And I said, and I'm like, "Oh wow, okay, interesting." I wrote back, "No horses. It was a motorcycle," and that was that. But I thought that was funny that such a small movie got PETA's attention. I don't know, it was very interesting. Very strange, but yeah. What time are we starting tomorrow night? Once again, 8:30 p.m. PST, 11:30 p.m. EST. So about 30 minutes before the party goes down. And Aaron, I sent you the link, and we'll be going late into the night. Last year, I sent it through email. Want me to do Facebook? What's easier for you, Facebook or Twitter? Let me know. But I emailed it. But yeah, we're gonna go late. We went 7 hours last time, so who knows? We might. It depends. Like if I get some donations in, I might go longer. Help inspire me to keep going. Let's see. Zombie Island Massacre. Now that's a movie that doesn't necessarily live up to its name, but I liked it. There's something about that movie that worked for me. How long is this stream gonna go? I don't know. I was actually only gonna go 90 minutes, but if Aaron's joining, we might go another hour or so. To answer your question, we might be hanging a little bit longer. Let me hold on a second. Let me swell my ranks here. How do I get? It won't let me get on for some reason. Oh, you know what? Sorry, this is not as entertaining as it should be to anybody, but I've got to figure something out real quick. I'm trying to get my buddies in here. It's always fun to do that. Oh, no, wait. Log in. All right. By the way, leave down in the comments what your favorite Vinegar Syndrome title of the past year has been. Very curious what you guys have liked. It's been a weird year for me, honestly. Let's see. I sent him. Let me get Tony. Where'd Tony go? Yes, I want you to come on. Hold on one second. All right. Tony and Aaron will be joining us momentarily. There he is.
Hello.
Oh, man. What's up, dude?
This is it, man. It has been one heck of a week.
It has, and I've been busy, but I've been meaning to reach out and ask you questions, but you probably will want to talk off air, so I won't ask any questions right now. But so how's it been with your new full-time gig?
This is crazy. I mean, a lot more work put in. I scripted a video last night and had to put it all together. That was insane. And working on different editing software and different types of things to try and just get things done. So learning as I go along, man.
Yeah, I mean it's I can imagine it's a big shift, but I hope good things happen, and I hope the channel gets to thriving. I have a lot of questions, but we'll do it off air. But I'm glad you're here, my friend. I know if anyone's excited, it's you for the VS Super Halfway sale.
Man, excited, stressed, all the above. But it's fun. I mean, I got nicknamed Mr. Vincent a couple years back, and it kind of stuck. So I guess I got to do this stuff. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean that's how I first discovered you. That's why I still call you Mr. Vincent. But what are you most excited about? That's been announced.
Out of the new stuff, you mean?
Yeah.
One of my viewers actually bought me the 3 4K titles that are coming out, which is freaking awesome. So, out of all 3 of them, I'm a thriller guy because I'm a Christian Lindbergh fan. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, it's a fantastic film, not totally for everybody, but like depends on your if you like that style of film. I think that although I'm still not sold on the artwork, I do really really dig Cloak and Dagger because that's a movie from my childhood. I really like it. And honestly, Miami Connection, if you got the Blu-ray, maybe you don't want to upgrade to the 4K. But for me, I don't have a Blu-ray, DVD, or anything in Miami Connection. So these 3 are going to be new buys for me. I don't have any of them, so that'd be fantastic.
I mean, I had the Blu-ray of Miami Connection. I've since sold it off, so now I can prepare for the 4K. And in terms of what I'm most excited about, I guess I would say Cloak and Dagger because even though I don't love the artwork, I love that movie. So I'm very happy to have that be a part of our universe, of our physical media collecting shelves. I can't wait to rewatch that with the family.
It's been a long time, and so far it's only had like a limited DVD release, and it hasn't been the greatest for Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah, I've got it on a 2-pack with the Wizard. Speaking of the physical embodiment of a 2-pack,
hey,
it's Fat Chaos.
On a 2-pack. On a keg.
Oh man, how you doing, buddy?
All right, how you doing?
Good.
Aaron, hello.
Hey there. I caught a bit of your Enchanted show earlier, actually.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to cross traffic live streams. This is sort of like I haven't been live in a while, so I'm like, let me just do a pre-show to get ready for tomorrow.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I when I saw that, I thought, oh shit. Like I said, I thought they were doing it tomorrow.
Yeah. No. The big dance is tomorrow. We were just talking about how stressful it's going to be, but it's always fun. I mean, let's face it, as YouTubers, as the term BlueTuber has come into parlance, the number one label that everyone gives a shit about is Vinegar Syndrome. Whenever I talk about Severin, it does okay. Arrow, it does okay. Criterion, it does a little better. Vinegar Syndrome always does amazing.
Yep.
It's so weird the way it's changed because, man, Jose, a few years back when I first started doing this, like it was Criterion. When I typed in Vinegar Syndrome, I had barely views. And all of a sudden they took off and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. Bullet Blake says Vincent is king. I mean, apparently they definitely know what they're doing. What are you excited for that's been announced that's new, Tony?
I don't know anything that's new, to be honest.
Yeah, you were on the show.
I thought you meant since. I thought they announced something else after that. Miami Connection.
Okay.
I've never seen it.
You'll like it. It's really good. It's better.
Tell your old video to scroll up. I can't see.
Yeah, I'm trying to time it so that we can get to the next line here. Miami Connection, I think, is better than New York Ninja, in my opinion. It's a better film, so I think you guys will dig it.
Yeah, a good double feature though.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so just looking at this middle list here, Flesh Eating Mothers, a trio of adult titles, and Tammy and the T-Rex. I'm in the minority. I really liked Flesh Eating Mothers, but I can see why people wouldn't. So it's a hard one to recommend. And Tammy and the T-Rex is a no-brainer. It's a fun movie. What do you recommend here, Aaron?
Tammy the T-Rex. Out of the non-adult titles, the adult title is the one in the middle. But Tammy the T-Rex out of these. Unlike you, I was not as big on Flesh Eating Mothers. I do like some trauma stuff, but it really depends. I got to be in the right mood for it. So that being said, I'm not the perfect person to say whether it's good or not. I mean, if I could watch it tomorrow and love it, it's just the mood that I'm in. Gotcha.
Tony, do you have any recommendations for this middle line?
Well, I out of all of them, I've only watched Flesh Eating Mothers. To be honest, I never opened up the Tammy and the T-Rex. But I love trauma, so I really liked Flesh Eating Mothers, and then I watched like the behind the scenes or whatever the special features were. There was something on there that made it more interesting to me. But if you're a trauma fan, but I get what you say. Like if you're a trauma fan, you'll definitely like it. It's that style. But I could see like your point. I could see Aaron too. Like I don't know if I'd be in the mood to watch it tomorrow.
Right.
But I would definitely watch it again. So that's a step up from a lot of shit.
You're kind of selling on it, man.
That's true. Brian says, "Welcome back, Chaos." Thank you, sir. Good to see you. Spookies. Well, 100%. I think pretty much everything in that middle line is worth a watch. Spookies is bonkers insanity, but it doesn't make any sense. But it's a fun watch. The Candy Snatchers was a movie that I was worried about because as a father, I didn't want to watch a movie about kidnapped children. But it's a damn good picture, and I highly recommend it. And the Angel movies, varying degrees of good, but they're all, I think, for the most part, enjoyable. Aaron, what do you think?
Candy Snatcher is one of the best movies that Vinegar Syndrome put out.
Mhm.
It's just that well acted and that well done. It's disturbing, but as a parent, I totally get you on that one, man. But yeah, it's definitely one of the best that they put out. Spookies, everybody should have it because honestly, Spookies, even if you only so like the film, the special features on Spookies, you get 2 full-length documentaries. One on the behind the scenes, which is insane, and the other one on Vipco, which is also insane in its own way. For the Angels one, I love Angels. Avenging Angels is more comedic, but I still kind of dig it, and I actually dig Angels 4, the final chapter, Angels final chapter, a bit better than Angels 2, just in the way that it's more like the first one, I think.
Gotcha. Okay, it's been a while since I've watched them, but I remember getting it wasn't on Blu-ray, but it was a DVD of all 3 of them, and it was like a year before this box set was released, and I watched it. I'm like, I don't think I need to upgrade this, but and the box set has gone, but you can get them individually. Tony, what are your thoughts on this middle line?
Well, the only ones I've watched are Spookies, and it's really, really weird, but it's fun. And then like Aaron said, the behind the scenes, the documentaries, they're like their side and their side. It's very interesting how this movie was supposed to be and how it ended up. But yeah, Spookies is probably my number 1. And the only Angel movie I've seen was part 2 for Betsy Russell.
Gotcha.
But it wasn't really that good. But it's Betsy Russell.
Got to see part 1, man. Part 1's actually a bit of a thriller.
Okay.
And
I've been wanting to watch Candy Snatchers too,
It's good
as well, but I didn't know. I don't want to open it. I want to watch it. I'll find it somewhere because I'm a poor man and shit happens to me all the time, and they sell better if they're sealed. That's all.
I get it. Maybe you're a poor man because you buy 3 copies of each movie.
Oh, that's not true. I'd be poor if I was a reject. He buys everything. I just have to know what's coming out. I just go to him. Gotcha. No, but I can't buy like that anymore.
No, and that's good. That's a good thing. You have to be discerning nowadays. The world's not getting any better, man.
No, definitely not.
Tribal Chief says was thinking about getting Homegrown Horrors. Do get that. That's the number 1 thing you must buy. I think all 3 of us would agree with that.
Oh yeah. What's your favorite in that?
Winter Beast, 100%. Angel has Donna Wilkes. Angel 1, yeah, so good. She's amazing in that. Amityville, varying degrees of good here. My favorite one is It's About Time, and Dollhouse. Out of those 4, but if you don't have them, you might as well get all 4 of them, and they look nice on the shelf. But I would, if you're gonna pick and choose, I would say It's About Time and Dollhouse. I would avoid Berserker. I thought that was pretty lame. Aaron, what are your thoughts?
So I like everything on this line. I got the Amityville set, obviously, because I'm a huge Amityville fan. Of like the ones like this, the Curse. I like the Curse ones. I like the original. Actually, this is going to be controversial. Aside from like maybe part 1 and 2, like these I like better. than the original Amityville trilogy.
Okay.
The first one's a TV film, and it's really friggin' good for a TV film, actually. It's got this wonky lamp, and this whole cast of like actual fairly big names for what it does. But I think that Dollhouse is the one with Zombie Dad, and I love me some Zombie Dad. So yeah, I gotta love that one. I did like Berserk. I like the ending of it, and I remember, was it Michael King? Yeah, Michael King did a video. Remember, trying to get Berserk, and like he did it in this like artsy thing, but like not being able to. It was so cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Berserk has its fans. It's just, I don't know. I was expecting something completely different. Nathan agrees, though. His favorite Amityville is the one with the lamp. It's pretty goofy. I love it. That's awesome.
The nudity in Berserker, you got to say.
That's true. That's true.
And who it is too, because like if you're an 80s, 90s kid, you will know the girl from Berserker. And yes, thank you, please.
Tony, what are you, Buster Hyman? What are you? What do you like from this line?
I've never seen any of them.
Okay,
but I've heard Dollhouse is good.
Yeah, Dollhouse is pretty. I think that's the one that goes the most insane of all of them. I think the third was kind of the lamest. But yeah, I mean, to each their own.
Yeah.
Okay, last line here. Unmasked Part 25 is a slasher spoof. Technically, it's kind of a love story. I liked it. It worked for me. It's I don't think it's for everybody, but it's kind of a fun little movie. But know what you're getting into. It's basically if Jason fell in love with one of his victims, and the victim was blind, and he was trying to date her while also killing people, but he lived in London. That's the best way to describe that one. I liked it. I recommend it if you're into kind of spoofy stuff. Beyond the Door 3 is okay. It's kind of Italian mishmashy stuff. Secta Sinistra I really loved. I think that's a great demonic movie. Again, great nudity in that, and just a really kind of creepy story. Stupid baby at the end though. That kind of ruined it a little bit. Beyond Evil is fine. It's not super memorable, but it's okay. The Vineyard I do recommend. It's a really wacky movie. The amazing James Hong writes and directs and stars in a movie about a vineyard where he wants to prolong his life. Good little movie. Aaron, what are your thoughts on this bottom line?
Don't have everything from here. I don't have Secta Sinistra or Beyond Evil or The Vineyard. I remember The Vineyard, though. I like that movie. I really like Unmasked Part 25. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be going in. Because I thought I'd seen it, and it wasn't the movie that I thought it was. I think the movie that I thought it was Sex Bomb, a movie called Sex Bomb, which is a very different film.
Mm-hmm.
But this is so weird because you have this, this British Jason type of character that's waxing poetic, and his blind BDSM girlfriend. You gotta love it, man.
Yeah, it's wild. It's a wild movie for sure. Tony, have you seen any of these?
I started watching Unmasked one I had it on a VHS copy of it, and I didn't like it at all. Like what I didn't even finish it. But and Beyond the Door 3, I give up on the Beyond the Door movies. I didn't like the first or second one, so I didn't want to watch the third one.
Well, that's nothing to do with the other ones, man.
That's what they said about 2, and it was terrible. I just don't trust it. But yeah, I haven't seen the other ones though.
Gotcha.
I haven't seen technically any of them really at all.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I mean, it's so varied, but at the same time, it's also full of a lot of weird junk. That's kind of the niche that they fill. Nathan says, "I liked Vineyard. It has a lot of TNA. It does indeed. It does." It does indeed. I'll pause it right there. Cult Flakes, what's up, man? Beyond the Door 3 looks like it has awesome practical effects. I think it does. I don't remember. I mean, obviously it would have because they wouldn't have visual effects back then. Okay, top line. Pledge Night sucks. I didn't like it. It did not work for me at all. But I know people love it. It felt like two different movies to me. You get kind of like a frat house Pledge movie for the first half, and then the second half feels like a Freddy Krueger movie. It feels very weird. Hell Comes to Frogtown, really fun. That's a classic B movie. 100% recommend. Decoder, I didn't like it. That one did not work for me. It's a hard one to describe too. I didn't watch that adult title, and Hellmaster is one that I really enjoyed. I think Hellmaster is a quite enjoyable movie. Let's go with let's start with Tony this time. Tony, what did you think of that top line?
The only one I've seen out of all of them was Hell Come to Frogtown, and it's something else. That edition's pretty cool. That was when they first started experimenting, and that I wish they would bring that box set back. I think it was a cool one.
It is pretty cool. Would you recommend people buy it?
The movie, yeah. If
Okay.
it's like post-apocalyptic. If you don't know about it, it's like post-apocalyptic. Big frogs. Men are sterile, and Rowdy Piper is not. So
he's the only one with a working wiener, and he's got a. Well, I should say working testicles, but yeah, it's a good little movie. Pretty
yeah,
weird.
it's fun.
Aaron,
But I haven't seen the other one, so.
Oh, gotcha.
But I have heard that about Pledge Night. I've heard like some people like it, some people don't.
Yeah,
It's never like it's 50-50.
it is. Well, the movie's very 50-50 itself. It's very strange. Aaron, what do you think of this top line?
Well, most of the Pledge Night, I don't own it. There's a reason for that. Hellmaster, I remember seeing back in the day and enjoying it, but I haven't seen it in a long time. As for like Hell Comes to Frogtown, one, it's got one of the greatest Canadian wrestlers of all time. So gotta love it there. No wonder he's the last fertile man left. He's Canadian. And we got Son of Bergman as well. So yeah, like that's two like checks right there. So it's the one I grab. But if you're going to grab anything on this line, you got to grab that one.
There you go. And we lost John Saxon recently. Well, maybe was it this year or last year? And he anyway, he features in Hellmaster, so that might inspire some people to grab that. Middle line here, a lot of duds in my opinion, except for Play Dead. I really liked Play Dead. It's a good killer dog movie. I have not seen the adult titles. I'll defer to Aaron in a moment. Taking Tiger Mountain is that one and the one on the next line are the two strangest things I've ever seen from Vinegar Syndrome. Taking Tiger Mountain, it's hard to describe this movie, but it's essentially a black and white art house movie where you see Bill Paxton get a BJ, and it's not an adult movie, but that happens. You see his wiener, and you see a woman go down on him, and well, yeah, that happens. A Night Owl is a really rough and grainy, low-budget black and white movie about a vampire in New York. It's very much a New York movie. It didn't work for me. I'm not a fan of that aesthetic normally, but I would only recommend Play Dead on this line. Aaron, what do you think?
Play Dead for sure. I love the Play Dead of Von Carlos in this one.
Mm-hmm.
For the adult title, Mascara, I definitely do recommend that. It's got a French New Wave aesthetic to it that I kind of dug. So it actually has a storyline that is a bit of a gut punch at the end. But so I enjoyed that. Taking Tiger Mountain is what it is. Yeah. Oh, actually it does. So like it actually hit me in the feels, as my kids would say. Oh. And Night Owl, I don't know if it's a recommend. It's if you've ever seen The Addiction, it's a decent like double feature with The Addiction. So that's why I bought it back in the day, because the one had The Addiction. I love The Addiction. I think it's one of my favorites. So just to put it alongside that.
Yeah, in a weird way, I would say The Addiction is more polished than Night Owl is. Yeah. But that would be a good double feature for sure. Tony, what do you think? Anything in this middle line that jumps at you?
Haven't seen any of them, but Play Dead would be the one that would intrigue me. Non-porno.
Right.
But didn't these come out like right after Bill Pullman died? Or Paxton died?
I don't know. I'm not sure actually.
I think I remember. I thought, wow, that came out quick. It's like they knew.
I don't know. I mean, this is from what I understand, it was a super lost movie, and I think maybe he didn't want it to come out or something. I don't know.
Oh.
I mean, I wouldn't if I was a big Hollywood actor and I made a blowjob movie. I don't know.
True.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
So he can't. He doesn't want a porn with him getting a blowjob, but he'll marry 5 women in a show.
Yeah, on a TV show, absolutely. You know how much money you make from a TV show? Absolutely, he would do that. Nathan says Alex Jones predicted Hell Comes to Frogtown. I'm sure he did. Okay, moving on here. Yeah, Play Dead. The slip is gone, but it is a solid little film. I do recommend it. One I can't recommend, The Passing, and I'll be honest, this is the one Vinegar Syndrome movie I couldn't finish. It just bored me so much. And I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, the ending is really when it all kind of comes together." But I honestly was so uninvested in the story. It's another similar to Night Owl, very rough, grungy, very grainy story about 2 old men who I believe the story is about rejuvenation and them switching bodies with young people. But I don't know. It didn't work for me. I didn't like the directing. I didn't like the acting. I didn't like the production value. Just did not work for me. Putney Swoop is a movie that I think has its audience, but I wasn't prepared for it. I love that the main character's voice is dubbed over by Robert Downey Sr. It's about a black man who starts running an ad agency. It's very interesting. It feels very Criterion too, which is, I mean, obviously it was part of the Eclipse series, so it is technically a Criterion release. Night Beast, 100%, super fun. Get it, highly recommended. Good little regional monster movie. Lust in the Dust is quite a hoot. I do like that movie quite a bit, but it's not for everybody. I would say Satan's Slaves is another fun one. Nathan Warren is one of my favorite filmmakers, recent discovery, and I really enjoyed Satan's Slaves. Hey, look who's in the chat here. Disconnected. What's up, man? Congrats on rapping. Thank you, sir. And Ryan, we got to meet up next weekend, dude. Monsterpalooza. Can't wait to meet you in person, dude. Bullet Blake says The Passing was so dull. I couldn't get into it at all. I know. Ugh.
That
Man.
rhymed.
Yikes. Okay. Aaron, what do you think of that middle line?
Putney Swoop, a great title. Definitely a recommendation there. But then again, you got to be into that type of stuff. This was a month that Vinegar Syndrome did their experimental indie titles. Night Beast, 1,000,000%. I love the hell out of Night Beast. It's so fun. It's low budget, but it's cheesy. It's cool. Love that director. I got The Fiend as well, which is another really cool title by him. Lust in the Dust, definite recommendation on that one. It's not a John Waters movie, though. Don't go in thinking that it's going to be John Waters' aesthetic. It's not the same thing. That some people are disappointed because they expected John Waters, but it's a really cool title. Tab Hunter is in this one. We got Divine and Satan's Slaves. Norman Warren, love him.
Yeah, I think I said Nathan Warren. Yeah, Norman J. Warren. Yeah, great stuff. Absolutely. They put out a lot of his movies. Actually sold off all of my Vinegar Syndrome Warren titles so I could get that box set, which is so good.
That box is great. The Indicator when you're talking about, right?
Yeah. Cult Flick says Night Beast and Satan's Slave are must watches. Absolutely. Joel, what's up, man? Congrats on wrapping the film. Ryan got there first. It's all good. I appreciate congrats at any time. Thank you, Joel. Okay, moving on to the next line here. Mountaintop Motel Massacre. It's an odd one. I don't know. It's okay, but it's also very, very slow. But in terms of atmosphere, it has a ton of atmosphere. It has a very profound lead performance. I think the main crazy woman is very, very magnetic. The corruption of Chris Miller didn't work for me. It was another one that I felt was too long, and it just didn't really get the ball rolling, in my opinion. Dark Room was okay. It's kind of unmemorable in my opinion. Grandmother's House. It's been a while since I've seen it, so I can't comment on it. I don't remember it too well. And The Suckling is a crazy monster movie, but be aware it is about an aborted fetus that gets covered in toxic waste and then becomes a monster. So not necessarily the most tasteful plot, but for what it is, it's a pretty satisfying regional monster movie. Tony, what do you think of this middle line?
The only two I've seen was Grandmother's House and The Suckling. And Grandmother's House, I thought looked fantastic. Like it was a really good transfer. The movie was okay. I think the kid bothered me, and that was what ruined it for me. I don't know. He just annoyed me.
Okay.
With the stupid faces he always made. I don't know. I remember thinking I think I said something like that in my review. But The Suckling, yeah, it's a kind of a weird storyline, but it's a really cool monster movie. Again, that's another trauma. So I don't know. With me, it's probably gonna be a hit for me if it's a trauma movie. You know? And that's my kind of trauma movies. I love it. Like a big monster, they're trapped. You know, it's just gross. It's really cool. But I like The Suckling. I would recommend it.
Excellent. Brian agrees with you. He loves The Suckling. Disconnected is a fan of The Corruption of Chris Miller, and Blake also says The Corruption of Chris Miller is another top 5 title for him. And then Grandmother's House is a personal fave as well. That's awesome. Aaron, what do you think of this line? I'm going to guess you love Chris Miller as well.
Yeah, Chris Miller is probably the best one in this whole line. Definitely the best shot, best done film. The opening, The Corruption of Chris Miller, is definitely something you're going to remember. It's very creepy. Like the rest, I don't know if the rest of the movie can compete with that opening, but the creepy Charlie Chaplin looking character is extremely memorable. The movie goes in a very different direction, and there's a lot of twists and turns with it. It is a bit on the slower side, but if you stick with it, it's going to be one that I think you'll definitely enjoy. I enjoyed The Suckling for what it was. It's okay. Grandmother's House, if you've ever seen The Visit, Grandmother's House, beat that out. So I like Grandmother's House. I'll agree with Tony. I like the way it's shot so well. And I can't remember what the other titles on there were now, but those ones I remember.
There we go.
I was just stunned by that artwork because I love that artwork. Manhunt Motel Massacre, I like the lead, but it's a film that I often find myself turning off before I finish it.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Let's go right here then. Then the next one will be In the Cold of the Night. I have not seen this one. This is one of the ones I have not seen, so I'll defer to the panel if they've seen that one. But I will say Dominique is one of my favorites. That one really snuck up on me. I did not expect it to be that good. You know me, I'm a sucker for a script that rocks, and that had a solid script. Dominique really got me, and the slip is long gone, but it's a beautiful, beautiful slip. I haven't seen Battle of the Planets. What the heck is it called? Mutant War. I have not seen that. And Party Line, it's one of those. It's kind of a sexy thriller movies. I'm not a huge fan of those. I feel like I've seen better. It didn't work for me. So in this middle line, I'll just say Dominique is definitely a must watch. Aaron.
Dominique is definitely the best one that we're going to look at on this line. It's a Southern Gothic horror, and much like the movie Scalpel that was put out by Arrow, it runs along that line and that sensibility. Southern Gothics, when they're done well, are done extremely well, and this is one of the ones that's done extremely well. In the Cold of the Night is, if I remember correctly, actually pretty decent. We have like what's that actor's name? Oh God, can you hit on it for a sec? Because there's an actor in that. No, you can't, can you? Because you're not doing.
No, I can't.
There's an actor in this one, Brian Thompson. So Brian Thompson, he's not the lead; he's kind of the buddy character. But you can see where Brian Thompson could easily take a lead role after watching this movie. It's a weird film, but it's a fun film, and it's by Nika Mastorakis, and I love Nika Mastorakis.
Right.
So for that alone, it's strange. It's strange. It goes in some weird places. Party Line, I did dig. I got to meet Richard Hatch a few years back. Really sweetheart of a guy, actually. And he's in this when he plays the cop in this movie. Has a great brother sister killer duo. And I think it's not top tier of this type of film, but considering Vinegar Syndrome, for some reason, which baffles me, has not really dived into this genre too much, when I think that there's so much where's the Night Eyes films at? Where's the body chemistry at? Like, where's Friend of the Family? Like, those should be things that we're seeing here. And we should have seen like Night Eyes long before we saw something like, Battle for the Lost Planet or something like that.
I agree. I mean, we've talked about this before. Like, where's the Julie Strain box set? Where's the Shannon Tweed box set? Like, those would sell like hotcakes.
Yeah.
We need those very badly.
I need those.
Cult Flick says Party Line looks like something I would enjoy. Well, Aaron vouches for it, so give it a throw.
Yeah, it's fun. It's super sleazy, but it's cool.
Well, it says he hated In the Cold of the Night. Okay.
I know it's a weird, like, there's almost a sci-fi like type premise to In the Cold of the Night, but I think it works.
Okay.
But I understand him hating it, actually.
Tony, what do you think? This middle line, anything interesting?
Yeah, I've seen Battle for the Lost Planet. I liked it a lot. It's goofy, futuristic. So I thought that was good. Mutant War, I never finished.
Okay.
But I don't think that was why I didn't like it. I think I just was like, I just never went back to it.
Yeah.
Party Line, I would recommend Party Line. I liked it. Pretty cool story. What's his name is in it? That teen heartthrob. What's his name?
Leif Garrett.
Leif Garrett. Yeah, he plays a pretty cool part. Like I remember seeing it and liking it. Tinseltown. I came. I hit eject. Yeah. See what I did there.
I love it. You're such a classy fellow. Nathan says yes, more sexy thrillers. Hopefully. Noise Loop says I saw Party Line the other week and loved it. Can't wait to grab it. Same with Death by Temptation. Very good. You're practicing the gospel here. TBYB. Disconnected says the next line starting with Wacko is one of the strongest 5 straight releases from VS. You know what? I agree with that. Actually, I'm one of the few people, I guess, along with Ryan, that really enjoys Wacko. I think it works. But again, like I mentioned with Pandemonium, I like those spoofy horror movies. That works for me. I have not seen Climax of Blue Power. I believe that's an adult title. And I like Splatter University quite a bit. I love There's Nothing Out There. I'm friends with the filmmaker Rolf Konetsky. He's a good friend of mine, and that's not the reason I love the movie. I loved it before I met him, but I'm a big fan of this movie, and I highly recommend it. Although I think it's out of print now. I think it's officially gone, right, Aaron?
Yeah, that's what I heard. Like, actually, it sold out. I sold it before the sale. Like, this is one, and it's gone, and then I think the rights are gone. It's not coming back.
Yeah. But maybe I'll ask Rolf and ask if there's any plans for another company to pick it up. If I can report on it, I'll let you guys know. The Uninvited is the strangest killer cat movie ever made. One of those things that makes you wonder, how did they write this? Why did they write this? And who gave the money to make this? Very strange movie. Disconnected says Climax is a great roughie. I'm not a giant fan of those, but I know it has its audience. Aaron, what do you think of this bottom line?
I like some. I am a fan of some. Wacko is one that I enjoy parts of. I think Andrew Dice Clay is really good in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I do like some of the leads, but I think it's uneven. I think it's like it's not there to the point of like Student Bodies. Student Bodies is the gold standard that I hold the rest of these to. But it's definitely it's a fun. It's a watch. It's a sale title though. Like it's not a buy this at full price title. I'm not as big into the roughies unless it's got Jamie Gillis. So because I think he's a great actor. Aside from the whole adult portion of it, so I don't know comics of Blue Power that well. Splatter U, I love it. It's schizophrenic. It's tonally unbalanced. It's nihilistic. And I have like 2 copies. I have the Vinegar Syndrome version of this one, and I have the 80 Film Slasher Classics collection because they have different special features. Neat thing too, by the way, Elizabeth Caton, who's an actress that I really enjoy, is on the cover, but not in the movie. She's actually the cover model for this when you take out the slip cover there. There's nothing out there. Anybody that's been watching my channel for a long period of time know that before this came up for Vinegar Syndrome, every time there was a video and somebody would ask me, what's the movie that needs a Blu-ray release? This was the title. that I would go to. I love Ralph Kiniski's stuff. There's some stuff that he did that I'm still waiting to come out, actually. But this one, it's a shame this is gone. Hopefully, it's somebody else is picking this up, because this is a fantastic one. And by the way, guys, the features on this one, if you get a chance to get this one on the road, the features on this one are like Spookies, some of the best features you're going to see on any Vinegar Syndrome release. Graydon Clark did The Uninvited, and Graydon Clark was an actor first, so we had a lot of actor friends. So you'll see a lot of big actors in his films. So that's where you're going to get like a ton of of actors you wouldn't expect, like Hugh Gallagher and people like that. And Uninvited, I don't consider it a killer cat movie. I consider it a killer monster inside a cat movie. And there's one sequence where the cat's kind of attacking like a truck, but it looks like it's a mop, and I'm all there for that. I love that. So yeah, that's probably the last two are my favorite two of that one.
Excellent. Tony, what do you think?
The only one I've seen in its entirety was Splatter University, which I did like. But there's nothing out there. Again, and I never finished it, but I don't know why. I never went back to it. And then Uninvited was the same thing. I started it, and then something must have distracted me, and I never went back to it. But I didn't not like them. Wacko, I think this was around the time where I wasn't subscribed, and like I was a subscriber, and then I did not resubscribe, and Wacko came out. I'm like, I don't need that one. And then, the whole collector in me was like, later on, was like, you have to get it. And then that's when the slip was sold out and everything. But I haven't watched it yet. And I have to be in the mood for those kind of movies. Like, I like spoofs and stuff, but I have to be like in that mood. And so I haven't actually watched it yet. And I know I have that other one, but I don't think I've watched that porn either. What's a roughie?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing it's just in my interpretation, it's porn that's kind of leans on sort of the rape aspect. Would that be correct, Aaron?
Yeah, they're definitely the rougher aspects, like assault and violence.
That's kind of what I thought it was.
Like hardcore, for instance, is probably one of the most infamous ones. That I think my dad actually saw in theater back. So he played in our local theater, hardcore, which was insane. He thought it was a horror film. Went in, and he got really surprised.
Wow!
Don't recommend it.
Yeah, probably not one you want to, a theatrical experience. Wow. Oh, wow. All right, let's take care of these. Iceman says that Trauma is doing a release of Nothing Out. There's Nothing Out There. Interesting. Okay.
Cool.
Well, keep an eye out for that. Let's take care of these two lines all in one big blow. Bloody New Year, yes. Very fun little movie. Very weird. Again, Norman J. Warren madness. Mausoleum that's one of the ones that sold out real fast. I wasn't on YouTube at the time, but that was one that blazed through sales and one of the things. Yeah, wasn't that the case, Aaron, with this one?
Insane. Like this was the one time I didn't buy from the sale, because I was getting Jack the Ripper for my dad from the Severance sale, so I couldn't do both sales. But this one I think sold faster than the other title, I think, at the time.
Yeah, it's insanity. It's an okay movie. It's not necessarily the best thing, but it's got some nice nudity, so that helps. The Children, fantastic little creepy killer kid movie. I really dug that movie. Cutting Class, a classic slasher movie. Amazing cast. Young Brad Pitt, Joe Schwollen, fantastic, or Sholin, I'm not sure how you should pronounce it. Fantastic slasher film. Beware My Brethren. This is one I couldn't get into. I saw about halfway through it, and then I was going to come back to it, and then I completely forgot about it. So I can't speak to it. Sudden Fury, a masterpiece. This is definitely in my top 3 Vinegar Syndrome titles of all time. Great script, great directing, great acting, a solid movie. Absolutely must watch. You will enjoy. Incubus is a weird little movie. It's one of those things where nothing really happens until the end, but it somehow works. It's very strange, but I really kind of loved it. Blood Harvest is not exactly what you think it's going to be. It's kind of a, I guess it's a slasher movie is the best way to put it, but it's not exactly the kind of movie you think it's going to be. But regional, keep that in mind. It's very much a regional movie.
I'm blanking on the name of the director. What was his name?
Bill Rabin.
Yes, a Rebane movie. That's right. It's a Rebane movie, so keep that in mind. I'm not a big a Bill Rebane fan, but there it is. That's probably his best one. And Killing Kind is a great psycho killer movie. It's very much a rewarding psycho killer movie. Disconnected comes in with a definition here.
Yeah.
Ruffies were a more aggressively lurid subgenre of classic sexploitation cinema. These films injected violence and sadism into the standard, rather innocent softcore mix. I see. I wouldn't say that Doris did. I don't know. I guess there was some sadism in Doris's stuff.
I don't think Russ Meyer. I wouldn't consider like any of his films like Ruffies, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Yeah, I wouldn't think so either. But all right, Aaron, what do you think about these two lines here?
This fantastic lineup right here. Right away, Bloody New Year is one of my favorite Norman J. Warren films, like hands down. Mausoleum's really fun. The Children's a fantastic film, one of the better trauma films. Cutting Class, I really liked. I don't think it's quite a classic, but because they made the mistake of making the wrong person the killer in this movie. The Telegraph.
What?
That they should have switched to the killers. But Where My Brother's cool. Sudden Fury is one of the top releases that they ever put out. People get upset sometimes with the ending of Sudden Fury, but it's a Canadian film, so part of the exploitation, and we kind of focused our sensibility when it came to films, not so much on the North American or the American side of it. Our films were more along the European style, and Sudden Fury definitely has that feel, especially when you get to the ending. Canadian films will make you work for your film, but it'll be in a good way. Incubus, again, another fantastic film. It's got John Cassavetes, man, and he elevates anything that he's in. Kerry Keen's in this one as well. Blood Harvest is a really cool film. Peter Krause is in this one with Tiny Tim. I love Marvelous Mervo. Once I watch it, though, I've got that stupid sound in my head for 3 or 4 days. And The Killing Kind's fantastic. It is John Savage. We get what's her name again? The girl from Laverne and Shirley. It's the dark-haired girl.
Yeah.
So she has a part in this one as well. It has, I think, Ann Southern in Killing Kind. Really good psychological thriller. Savage, as always, is fantastic. And this was one that I didn't think was going to be as good as it was. But again, it almost falls into Southern Gothic territory, but it is definitely solid one.
Absolutely. Let's see. What did I see? Cult Flicks. I think we've answered your question. It is. Both Aaron and I like it. I think it's worth a try. Tony, what do you think of these titles up here?
Yeah, Bloody New Year is good. I enjoyed that one. Very cool kind of movie. Mausoleum, yeah, I thought it was okay. Like you said, whoever said about nudity, it is nice. But the movie itself, I think my hopes were up so high for it, and then yeah, never saw The Children. Cutting Class, that was okay. That was pretty good. I don't know why they had to put out all those slipcovers for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the movie was okay. Blood Harvest, I saw it. I don't remember it. What does that tell you? But it's cool. Tiny Tim's in it and he's creepy.
Right.
But yeah.
Absolutely.
I wanted to watch Sudden Fury because I know you've said about it a few times.
Get it.
No, I have it. I just, I haven't watched it.
Why you gotta watch? It's so good. It's really, watch it tonight. I think you'll dig it. Watch it with Shane. I think you guys will really love it.
She's in bed.
Wake her up. Say, hey.
Give your wife a little pickle tickle, and then I'm on my way.
Which VS titles have animal cruelty so I can avoid? I think you already answered in the chat, Aaron, but I agree. The Cardona collection, stay away from that. Are any of you guys looking forward to Cardona Volume 2?
Do you ever think's really coming out though? With after he passed away, there's gonna be some rights issue there, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they have to save face and at least release something. I don't know. They're in a weird gray area with that. they can't they can't really just. I mean, I guess they can abandon it. It's happened before, but it'd just be so weird if they just like. I mean, I guess they can come up with anything and say, oh, you know, the rights or whatever, and the elements. I don't think anybody would be complaining too hard.
No, I don't think there's anybody like that diehard of a Cardona fan. Even the people that like it are like, you know, oh, it'd be nice to have this, but you know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, everything else they've talked about seems like more animal cruelty stuff, like Beaks and Night of a Thousand Cats.
Oh yeah, no, I'm a cat person. No way, man.
That doesn't sound like a good time to anybody. All right. Well, let's see if we can get through all these up here. It looks like the bottom is mostly porn. Oh no, a few are. Death by Temptation. I've seen it a long time ago. I don't recall it very well, so I'm gonna abstain in terms of my thoughts. The House on Tombstone Hill. If I remember correctly, is that the one that's like an anthology?
No.
Or is that Dead?
Kind of like Spookies.
Okay, but is it an anthology or is it people in the house?
It's the dead dudes in the house.
Dead dudes in the house.
Okay, so yeah, so that's a fun little people in a house being haunted by a witchy old woman. If I think that's the one.
Yep.
Body Melt is some severe what the fuck cinema from Australia. Really great practical effects on that. Pretty gross movie though, so you have to have a strong stomach for that. It was pretty nasty. Shot is a surprisingly good regional action picture shot by college kids. I was very impressed by Shot. I thought that was a very, very well-made movie. Wonder Woman is one of my favorite VS releases. That's actually where we get the Vinegar Syndrome theme song, actually. Really, really solid little Filipino shot, James Bond style kind of rip-off movie. Tons of fun, tons of swagger, a lot of attitude, and some very beautiful ladies in that one. Dear Dead Delilah is one of those inheritance movies, if I'm remembering it correctly. Fun ensemble cast, not 100% memorable, but not terrible in the least. I think it's definitely worth a watch. And then that one at the bottom, House of the Dead. That's the anthology one. That one is pretty good, but not amazing. It didn't blow me away. But you know, if you like anthology movies, you could do worse. Aaron, what do you feel about these?
Death by Temptation was a lot better than I remember it being, actually. So that was a big surprise for me. Dead Dudes in the House, I guess House on Tombstone Hill, a lot of fun. But I really dug the hell out of Body Melt. And you will say I don't like. I'll say it myself. I don't like gore so much now. But if the gore is done well, so Body Melt almost is an anthology film in a weird way. It's just like it's all connected by this strange, these strange characters. Shot is fantastic. That was one of the best slipcovers he ever put out. And it had this kind of Roger Crumb aesthetic to it, and I love it. Wonder Woman, great film. Dear to Delilah, again, I had a lot of fun with that one. Buddies will wreck the hell out of you. Is it like be ready for? It's a well done film. It's depressing. Because I lived through that era, that time, the whole AIDS epidemic time. So this was one that I didn't grab. I've seen it, but I didn't get it because I knew that it would hit me too hard to sit back and watch something like this again. I lived through that time. I don't need to. But if you like this type of stuff, it's a really good film. The anthology one, I got to agree with you on. Uneven, worth a watch. If it's a decent price for a sale price, grab it.
Yeah, that was my problem with Buddies. It looked like it would be a really interesting film, but man, it just feels like the world is such an awful place. I don't necessarily need to suffer through things like that. I hear it's a fantastic movie. Death by Temptation is on Shudder. Good to know. Maybe I'll watch that tonight. Sean says, how does one watch all these movies? Well, you buy them or you TBYB. I would suggest Tubi. Tons of stuff is on Tubi. YouTube has a ton of them. I would, for your first stop should be IMDb. Go to IMDb, put in the title, and it'll tell you where you can see it. And that's how I've tracked down a lot of these, to at least have an opinion on them instead of, having to buy all of them. Tony, what do you think of this lineup?
I think Memories with Miss Aggie is terrible. I do not recommend that one.
I think that's out of print already. So.
Oh well.
No, actually, I'm still in print. That's the only one of the
really?
still available.
Well, get it and buy it and sell it and don't watch it. It's bad. House on Tombstone Hill or Dead Dudes in the House. I was so happy when that was coming out. I love that movie. Like it's so much fun. It's so much fun. Body Melt's one of my favorite releases from Vinegar Syndrome. The case is awesome. The movie's ooey and gooey, and it's Australia, man. Like they don't do anything wrong to me. You know, Ozploitation. I haven't seen a bad one yet. Liquid Assets I've seen. I don't remember it.
It's not that good.
Buddies, I want to watch now. Thanks to, I'm already depressed. I want to see, that. And Miss Magnificent, I have not seen, but it has Desiree. How do you say her last name? Cousteau. I got it just for her, she's like so cute. But yeah, that's all I've seen of them, and yeah.
Gotcha.
But I would recommend number one probably Body Melt.
Body Melt, absolutely. Yeah. Disconnected says Body Melt is amazing.
Oh, I love it.
Sean says, I mean, how has Aaron seen all these? He's seen everything. Aaron.
And I've seen most of these movies I saw before they came out on Vinegar Syndrome. That's the thing. We had my mom at a corner store back in the day, and we had a bunch of movies come in, VHS films. But when we got them, they came without like the cases. There's a flood where we got them from. So I had to sit down over like a couple weeks and watch every one of the films, and basically write a synopsis for them.
Oh wow!
So that's where I saw movies like Pets at, and that's where I saw like over a dozen of these films out. But I used to sell movies back in the day. I used to work. I did a whole flea market thing. I had a whole kind of like movie side business that I used to do a long time ago. I wrote a couple films that are pretty bad for a company out of Ohio that doesn't exist anymore. So yeah, movies have kind of been my life. It's in a weird, odd way. Movies have been my life for a long time.
Absolutely, man. I mean, I think anybody who devotes their their time and their talent to this art form, it has to have made it a part of their life. For me, I was an only child, and movies were there for me when I really, really needed them. And I said, I will devote my life to making this happen, or to adding to this, And so, absolutely, there's something special about them. Even the ones you hate, they leave an impact in some way. Let's talk about this last line here. Blood Theater and the Visitants 2-pack. This is from the director behind the infamous Hobgoblins, which I think it's pretty safe to say is getting a slipcover tomorrow night. Would you agree, Aaron?
I think so, yeah. Like let's be honest, they're getting down there on what they can actually do for legacy slipcovers. How many is it now that's left that can do the legacy slipcover with that, like legitimately, like 30, 40?
Less than that probably. But they hinted at a little golf cart in one of their artwork pictures that they put up, and so
Hobgoblin.
Yeah,
Yes.
Exactly. I would say kind of a mixed bag with this double feature here. They're not great movies, but they're charming in a way. I like Blood Theater more than the Visitants, but they're not necessarily the best movies either, so I can't 100% recommend it. But you get two for the price of one, and if you like really low budget kind of dumb action movies, you'll enjoy those. Horror movies, you'll enjoy those. Grave Robbers is kind of an interesting, it's hard to describe. It reminds me a lot of Dead and Buried. It kind of has that feel to it. But Dead and Buried is a better movie. Pets, I just talked about that one. It's a little too long for me, and it doesn't really get to the good stuff till an hour in. And I haven't seen the adult titles. Aaron, what do you think about this last line?
I like Mary Wernoff, so that's why Blood Theater and Visitants is in my collection. I do like Rick Sloan, though. I do. I wish they'd put out the other three, the ones that you don't like, the cop movies, the Vice Cop movies.
Yeah, I like those. I like the Vice Academy.
What was it? It was Michael again today.
Yeah.
Grave Robbers is decent. My favorite, I know you can disagree, is Pets on this line. It's a very 70s film. It has a really weird aesthetic to it, but the characters were interesting and quirky enough that it had me. Now, this is one of the ones that I mentioned, that the infamous like blank didn't know what it is, VHS ones, turned it on, watched it, got up the next day and rewatched it. So it was one of those that stuck with me for some reason. I think it's because they just go in so many weird directions with this film that I was intrigued enough to keep going, and I felt that it paid off enough. Now, there is another film by this person. God, what's it called, guys? It was out on Blu-ray for a short period of time. It's only got a DVD now. There's like these worm farmers. And there's like a call. Anyway, it's a weird movie. It's not by the same director, but Pets is my favorite of these.
Gotcha. Tony, what do you think of this last line?
I've never seen any of them in it. I'll save you the time.
Perfect. Then I'll skip ahead in the future here. All right. Let's see if I can get a little bit more of this lineup. All right. We'll start with these guys. Bloodsuckers from Outer Space. I haven't seen it yet, so can't really recommend. But Bloodhook, I really enjoyed this movie. It's a little too long. So it's one of those that doesn't need to be almost 2 hours, but it's a fun little slasher movie. I feel it has enough style and at least energy, joie de vivre, I guess is the word, to carry it along. Terror is another Norman J. Warren movie, very fun, weird, hard to describe, poltergeist movie, very strange, but a really enjoyable film. Blue Vengeance is one I didn't think I would like, but I really walked away pretty impressed with that film. Same with Star Time, which we'll get to. Blue Vengeance is a very interesting movie about it's almost, I would say, almost a Catcher in the Rye type of story. I did enjoy that quite a bit, and I have not seen any of the adult titles. Aaron?
I don't have Bloodsuckers from Outer Space, so I'll save you some time with that one. Jim Malone from MST3K did Bloodhook. Enjoyed the hell out of this one. This was crazy fun. I love the where he's like pretty much accusing everybody except he should be accusing. Terror, for those that haven't seen it, it's what Norman J. Warren considered his Suspiria. What I consider it as Suspiria, not so much. But I actually consider it one of his weaker films. I know some people are gonna like blow back on that, but it's good. I mean, but for me, it's not like Bloody New Year good. Bloody New Year was more fun, I guess.
Yeah,
I could have put it. I agree with you 1,000,000% on Blue Vengeance. So I got nothing else but there that you didn't already say. And out of the adult titles that are here, I will tell you right now, anything by Alex Terenzi. So Babyface 2 is there, and if you're like the adult titles, Alex Terenzi is a director to look for.
You know what? I see Confessions of a Teenage Peanut Butter Freak. I have seen that. That's a weird ass movie. It's not what you think. Like, they don't put, from what I remember, they don't put peanut butter in weird places. But it is about a dude who's he's shy about talking to girls, and he just really loves to eat peanut butter. That's dumb. Tony, what do you think of these movies?
Her name was Lisa. I've seen it, but I don't remember.
Okay.
Bloodsuckers from Outer Space, I have seen. I didn't care for it. Like I thought it would be better, but I didn't like it. Bloodhook, I remember being okay. Little goofy, but like it was okay. I haven't seen any like Blue Vengeance or anything like that. But the Babyface movies, get them if you're into decent adult films. Like I see you talking over there. I'm like, wait a minute. But yeah, the Babyface films, I would say get 1 and 2. Get them. They're good.
There's only 2 of them?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So they wouldn't be the potential box set. What do you guys think is the potential box set?
Taboo.
If they're going adult, Taboo. If it's not, maybe Gemma Fanaka. But probably
which ones are they in?
Well, Gemma Fanaka was the director of the Penitentiary films, and he directed another one too. It's on a double feature that they put out. So possible go director wise, but I think it's gonna be Taboo this time. I know some people say they wouldn't do an adult box set. I think they would.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
I hope it's Taboo. I think that'd look cool on the shelf too. And I've actually watched them all.
You pervert.
Well, but if they do that, that means they got to have another box set of them for the rest of them.
Oh no.
Yeah, they don't need it, but they're gonna have to. It's Vinegar Syndrome. Not like they don't put out bad movies. I forgot.
There's only 4 like taboo films that actually count. Those were the first 4 were done in theater. That's the reason they're put out. But the rest of them weren't, and they're just like after the 5th or 6th one, it's just like a name alone.
Yeah.
But I'd say put out the first 4, and then eventually put out American Taboo, which is a miniseries was done for VHS. Yeah, Nashville adult miniseries.
Well, they need to put out the movie F. I gotta say it every time.
JP, to answer your question, I got super secret access. I work for Vinegar Syndrome now, so that's why every Vinegar Syndrome movie coming out from here on out is amazing, and you have to buy it. You will love everything. No, I'm just kidding. This is we're watching an old video of mine basically because I wasn't I didn't have time to pre-record before the site went down, but I still wanted to do one of these, and my buddies were able to jump in and join me. 918 says the build-up leading up to these sales are almost more fun than the sale itself. Enjoy the Cheers, fellas. Thank you so much.
I agree with that.
By the way, drop a thumbs up. Make sure you drop a thumbs up because that helps the video. And if we get to 100 before I close the stream, I will guarantee you 5 hours tomorrow night. That's a lot, but even if it's just me scrolling through my pictures of my kids. So thumbs up. We'll see. Okay. Penitentiary has to be the box set, Mondo says. The only problem with that is, let's look at this real quick. Penitentiary 1 and 2 already have slips. So for the people who have slip covers, are you going to put a slip cover in a box? That sounds weird to me.
Yeah, Penitentiary not a legacy film either, and I think they're doing legacy boxes at this point.
Yeah. It's interesting. I'm leaning towards most likely it's got to be the adult titles. I can't imagine anything else that would be possible unless they do like Arrow's doing the essential releases or whatever. Is there like maybe the essential? Wasn't there a bundle right before the site closed that said essential VS package or something like that? I remember some people were talking about that in the chat groups. Maybe.
I know the essential VS packs. That's a few years back, though, wasn't it? They used to do. Remember when they did those essential VS packs? It was like around 3 or 4 years ago.
Somebody said that they were available now recently. Like I wasn't able to be on the site for the last week and a half, so I don't know. But that's what some people had said.
I never saw them. I did have I'm doing videos on this the last few weeks, and I haven't seen. And I've been going over the site, but they might have been there, but I never saw them there.
Okay. Maybe it was an old thing somebody picked up. All right, let's look at this bunch of movies here. Lots of interesting ones here. Star Time was a movie I didn't think I would like, but I was pleasantly surprised. It's a very strange film. Excuse me, very strange film. But it's kind of a psycho killer movie, but it has a lot to do with the media, and it's kind of a satire at the same time. Very unique film. I do recommend at least a watch. I don't know if it's worth an own, but it is definitely worth a watch. Welcome Home, Brother Charles and Emma May. That's from Jamal Fanaka. And Welcome Home, Brother Charles holds the distinction for the craziest kill weapon of all time. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it a surprise. I don't want to spoil it for you if you've never seen the movie. But let's just say you won't see it coming. Let's see. Prey is a Norman J. Warren movie. Fantastic setup, but it's a movie that I feel sort of falls apart in the middle for me. I really like the idea. This is the weakest one for me. I kind of like that he was trying something different, but I don't know. I just don't love where it goes. Penitentiary 1 and 2 are fun, but I'm not a huge fan of them. They're it's basically Rocky in prison. That's essentially what you have there. Liquid Sky is super weird, super weird. I couldn't get into it at all. Disconnected is one that surprised me. I didn't know what I was expecting or what I was going to deliver, and it delivered something quite unique. Kind of a serial killer movie, kind of a haunted phone movie. It's very bizarre, but definitely worth a watch. And it's one of the few Vinegar Syndrome titles that I've actually rewatched with commentary. I don't do that often because I don't have the time for it. But I was so intrigued by it, I had to look into it. Ice Cream Man is a lot of fun. Clint Howard is amazing. And Primeval and Lurkers, I'm waiting for a Legacy slip, so I have not picked that up. Aaron, what are your thoughts on these?
First off, Star Time, Mike St. Gerard used to play Elvis in the Young Elvis TV series back in the day. I like him, so this is one going in. It's a fun title. It's weird. It's not for everybody. The Prey, I'll go straight over that one. I actually really dug Prey, but if somebody looked at me and said I didn't get into Prey, I would understand. But for me, it was one of his stronger films just because of the character pieces. But Penitentiary 1 and 2, I love the hell out of these films. I think Penitentiary 2, I'm going to put it there, is better than Penitentiary 1 because it goes more batch insane off the rails. And I dig the hell out of that. Liquid Sky's fun. Not my favorite title to pick. Disconnected shocked the hell out of me because it actually creeped me out a bit. And it takes a lot to creep me out. Ice Cream Man, it's Clint Howard, man. And it's got like, it's got like Jan Michael Vincent like getting a check and acting in a movie. So the best film out of all these is A Woman's Torment. And you don't have to like adult films to like this. You don't even have to watch the adult version. This has an R-rated version of the film. It is the director's preferred version of the film. And if you saw Repulsion, and then Woman's Torment is like that with a more weirdly enigmatic lead. And Primeval Lurkers is a fun little watch, but out of all these, Woman's Torment's the one to get.
Okay. And Roberta Finley's a filmmaker. I think that they've sort of teased that they're going to do more with. So I hope we see some more stuff. Maybe Tenement. I think that's like right up their alley. I'd love to see stuff like that. Craig says they can always do theme sets like TV terrors or homegrown horrors, just a grouping of similar movies, not necessarily linked by a franchise or director. They could do that, but the problem is because I go by spine order, so that would throw off spine order if you have to pull your movies down and put them in a box. I don't know. They might do that. Are all Ice Cream Man editions sold out? Well, it doesn't have a slip, but I'm not sure. Aaron, have you checked? Do you know if it's still in stock?
It should still be in stock. Some stuff that wasn't in stock before should be in stock when the sale happens. It just won't have the slipcover. Ice Cream Man slipcover sold out pretty quick, same as Mausoleum did.
Definitely did. Tony, let me go back here so you can.
Oh, you don't have to go. I haven't seen anything from the first line.
Okay.
Yeah, Penitentiary I really liked. But Penitentiary 2 I didn't really care for, and I even thought because of what's his name being in, I'd like it more.
Mr. T.
No,
not Mr. T.
Yeah, from Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson. I said Eddie. Ernie Hudson. It was neat to see him back, back then and that, but it didn't hit me like the same. There's a third one coming out, or not coming out, but there is a third one that I haven't seen.
Yeah.
Disconnected. I remember liking. Ice Cream Man. That brought me back to my, childhood of renting movies and stuff. And Ice Cream Man is really good. And I don't think I've seen any of the rest, but I would recommend out of the ones I've seen, Ice Cream Man.
Ice Cream Man, and hopefully we'll get a legacy slip for this one, for this double feature. But who knows? That's definitely one that needs it. Also, one that we'll be talking about down the line. Death Row Game Show, which I just watched and I really, really loved.
Good movie, man.
It is.
I put off watching that for a long time, and maybe I'll watch it.
Well, it's you know what? It feels like Running Man meets Naked Gun. It has kind of that vibe to it.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I love the Running Man.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a really good script. I was really impressed with that one. Okay, we're coming towards the dregs here. The Corpse Grinders, Ted V. Michaels. Talk about rough around the edges movie. This is about some dudes who kill women and turn their meat into cat food. It's an absolute classic, in my opinion. I love this movie. It's one of the. I remember buying this on VHS back in the day. Rhino, I think, put it out. Really weird, wacky movie, but lots of fun. Bloodbeat, the strangest Christmas movie ever made, about a samurai ghost. It's so bizarre. I don't know if I can 100% recommend it, but it's definitely worth a watch if you can find it somewhere. Demon Wind is a must-own, wild monster movie. It never lets up. Very inventive and very well made. And those are the two I'm not familiar with. Aaron.
I'm gonna be different on this one. Corpse Grinders, I thought was okay, but I don't know if I'd recommend this a buy. I do like Ted V. Michaels a bit, and there's another Ted V. Michaels like double feature that I would recommend. But yeah, if you're into this type of kind of weird, quirky stuff, I got it in my collection. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not quite sure we're gonna go back to it like anytime soon. Then again, it may just hit me at the wrong time. Blood Beat. This surprised me. I actually dug this film. I don't know why, because I'm not going to say it's a well-made film or anything like that. But there's just something about it that was interesting. The best one here is Demon Wind, like by far and large, like 1,000,000% over the rest of these here. This is a low rent, like Evil Dead type of movie. But I'm going to tell you like 3 words that should sell this movie to anybody that's watching this right now: Kung Fu Magician. There you go. Gotta watch this movie. You watch it for an adult star, actually, in a weird scene.
Yeah.
In the middle of this film.
That's right. Tony, you were familiar with these?
Yeah, the only 2 I've seen is Blood Beat, and I remember thinking it was weird. You know, they definitely used their advantage of like laser vision, like. You know, whatever that animation is.
Yeah.
They definitely took advantage of that. Demon Wind, one of the best releases. One of my favorites. I don't know if Body Melt or this is my number 1, but Demon Wind is a must buy.
Yeah.
I think it's fun as hell. But yeah, I haven't seen the other ones.
Yeah, Demon Wind is definitely one of those. If you're trying to get into Vinegar Syndrome, add that to your collection. You will be happy.
You won't get that lenticular slipcover anymore.
No.
But which was cool.
Great cover too.
Yeah. But you just get it anyway.
Yeah. Speaking of magician, Montag the Magician says Bloodbeat is interesting because it's a French film made in Wisconsin.
He's 1,000,000% right, actually.
I didn't know it was a French made. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about these 2 roads right here. Orgy of the Dead, not a good movie, but if you like Ed Wood and you're kind of into that vibe, it's at least part. It should be part of your collection. It certainly is part of mine. Cycles in Love is such a fun movie. From the makers of Disconnected, really like this movie. It's probably my favorite romantic comedy horror movie. Not that there's many of them, but this one really worked for me. I really like Cycles in Love. Then we have, what's that one? Oh, The Intrusion. I think that's a porn film. I don't know that one. Snapshot is okay. It's a little too slow. Nothing really happens in that one. It takes a while to get going. And I think didn't Umbrella just put that out?
They did, actually. I just got that from them last about a while back. Actually, I gotta contact them.
I mean, it's got tons of nudity in it, but I don't know. It was one of those movies that it felt more like a TV drama than anything else. My Chauffeur, I really loved, but I have a huge crush on Deborah Foreman. I think she's gorgeous. The movie's just wacky, 80s kind of fluff. There's a middle portion with Penn and Teller that I feel doesn't belong in the movie, but beyond that, I really enjoyed that movie. Aaron, what do you think of these?
Orgy of the Dead. Now it's not directed by Ed Wood. He wrote it. A book. Actually, I think this is a book. It's burlesque. It's not great burlesque, but it's burlesque stuff done in a graveyard with Criswell as though it is insane. They have one actress do 2 roles. She puts on a wig to do 2 roles. So that's different. I love it though. It is in no way a good movie, but it has no right being as entertaining as it is, considering what the hell it is. But it's entertaining. Cycles of Love, I totally agree with you on that one. So I'm 100% on board with you there. Snapshot, I think I liked a bit more than you. I watched this one with my dad, so I got like really kind of warm feelings about this one. And I love Australian films. So there, but most out of all these, My Chauffeur with Deborah Foreman and Flash Gordon himself, Sam Jones.
Oh yeah,
and this one here too. If I have seen one of the adult ones, A Touch of D&E is actually really fun. But My Chauffeur is what my biggest recommendation for this one right here.
Gotcha. Nathan says My Chauffeur is one of my favorite 80s comedies. All right.
You got taste, man.
Yeah, I think A.C. Stevens is the director of Word Be the Dead.
Yeah.
I don't know if he did anything else after that. His career began and ended there. I don't know.
No, he did a few more though with I think he did a couple more with Ed Wood.
Oh, okay, great. Tony, what do you think of this lineup?
Yeah, Psycho's in Love. Another one from Carmine that I would recommend. It's funny because I remember I used to say to him like, I'd be like, "You want some grapes?" And then he'd be like, "I hate grapes."
Yeah.
And like he went along with it. It was fun. But that's a cool movie. I like that more than Disconnected, to be honest. But they're totally different movies. So, let's see, Matinee Idol. I've seen. I remember liking it, and I did not like A Touch of Genie.
Didn't? Oh.
No. Is Snapshot also the one that the day after Halloween?
Yeah.
That's the one.
Okay. I can't remember if I've seen that, to be honest, or not. But I know I have it, but I can't remember if I watched it, to be honest.
Yeah, I can understand that. It feels very light. I mean, it's a well-made movie, but it doesn't necessarily it doesn't stick in my head. I feel like maybe a year from now I won't necessarily remember all the events that transpired in that one.
The twist was fairly decent, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, let's see here. Okay, right there. Lots of adult films here. Red Mob, I couldn't get. I mean, it was on Tubi. It was free, and I honestly couldn't even get 30 minutes into it. I was so bored by it. And it's supposed to be this big action movie, but I could not sit through it. I've heard good things about Sweet Sugar, so if anybody in the chat or Aaron or Tony can recommend Sweet Sugar, okay, good. We'll talk about that because that's the only one of I think just the standard exploitation ones I don't have. The Hearse is a pretty decent haunted kind of car house kind of movie. It's fine, but again, it's not super memorable. And Double Exposure, I have not seen. Okay, Aaron, take it over. What do you think about Sweet Sugar?
Sweet Sugar is really, really fun. That's the year that I came to Nova Scotia. They were doing the Vinegar Syndrome sale, and I missed out on pretty much everything. And this is where I really I was doing Vinegar Syndrome videos for years before, but this is when I kind of gained a whole different level of respect because they sold out really quickly. Red Mob and Sweet Sugar sold out almost immediately because the the scalpers came in. And Vinegar Syndrome came and said, nope, we got so many of these where you can have one each because we're gonna put the rest. We're gonna take the rest off your order so that other people can get them. And I gained a lot of respect for Vinegar Syndrome when that happened because there was no guarantee when they took them away from the scalpers that they were going to sell out like everybody else was going to want them because they're niche titles, but Sweet Sugar is still one of my favorites. I actually really dig this film. I think you'll like it actually. Master Cass, I think you'll dig that one. My show, The Hearse, is fun. It's pretty much exactly what you said. The scene with the coffin through the door thing, that's the most memorable sequence in that film. Double Exposure, okay. But Sweet Sugar is definitely the one to pick up out of these.
Excellent. Tony, what do you think?
I'm trying to think. I haven't seen any from the Two Lines.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not a problem. But you probably own all of them.
Not all of them.
All right. I'm sure you own. I'm sure you own Psycho Cop Returns, or maybe you don't, but
I do.
Okay, good. Psycho Cop Returns is a lot of fun. It features my one of my favorite ladies of the night, Julie Strain, in the film. She's great. Rest in peace, Julie. So I do recommend that one. There is a rumor the Psycho Cop 1 is coming, so we'll see what happens. Maybe 4K, who knows?
Probably.
Yeah. At this point, maybe. Slaughterhouse is, I think, a pretty solid little slasher movie about a big fat dude killing people in the woods, very similar to Madman. But I think it's great, and that slipcover was one of the best, and I went out of my way to pick that up on eBay because I really wanted the little sliding thing. That was cool. Aaron, what do you think of this lineup?
Psycho Cop Returns, 1,000,000%. Way better than the first one, actually, by a country mile. The first one's not bad, and it's been years since I've seen it. It's VHS years, but Psycho Cop Returns I got in my collection with that slip, and I really dig that film. Babyface is there, so I'll definitely give a recommendation to that one. I can't give recommendation to Slaughterhouse though. I mean, it's okay, but I'll be honest with you, Slaughterhouse for me is no Mountaintop Motel Massacre.
Okay.
So yeah, I was not, and that I'm in the minority. Like most people, like love this film. So that's just a me thing. Taboo 4, hell yeah, but you're going to want the whole franchise because the 4 connect together and actually have a coherent storyline with a narrative that has an ending. So you never get that in adult films ever. So you get it here.
Copy that. Tony, what do you think of this?
Psycho Cop Returns. I liked it. I'd probably say, yeah, I agree with Aaron. It's probably better than the first one. Let's see. China Girl, I remember liking. Babyface is good. I'd recommend. Slaughterhouse movie. I like it. It's a neat, cool movie. The slipcase is cool. That was earlier when they were trying out different things again. And the Slaughterhouse is cool. I don't know if I like it more or the same as Madman. I probably like Madman better, but they're both not that great. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm not like over the moon about Madman. And everybody's holy shit.
Madman has the hot tub scene, the most awkward hot tub scene in the world. So that alone.
Yeah. But if I was gonna put one on, it would probably be Madman. I'm not gonna lie. But again, Slaughterhouse isn't great. I don't know. It's fun. Get it. Place Beyond Shame has Sika. I've never seen it, but Sika is awesome. And Taboo 4. If you get that, you got to get the rest of them, for a collection. But I get it. It's not a bad porn. It's a good, decent porn. If you can get past incest.
Right. What's the best of the 4 Taboo movies?
For me, it's a tie between the first and second.
First and fourth for me, because the first one, well, it's the classic. It sets up the whole narrative of it. Fourth one brings it all together, and you got Jamie Gillis, who's just an incredible actor, and it's got Ginger Lynn, and oh my god, it's got Ginger Lynn. So there you go,
Ginger Lynn.
I understand.
You didn't know what to say there. Like,
I'm sure.
I'm not getting that movie. So
you guys are perverts. No. Hold on. Let me get this queued up so we can get. Well, I think I scrolled too fast. Anyway, we'll do that. We can do those two. Don't answer the phone. I believe the slipcover is already sold out. It came out for Black Friday, so you can't get it. So yeah, you just have to get it this way. But I think it's a pretty solid psycho killer movie. Jack Frost is a fun, super cheesy, giant snowman killing people movie. The Undertaker is a pretty solid little film with Joe Spinell. I do really enjoy that one. Death Machines needs a slipcover. However, it's not a movie I love. About halfway through, it loses me. The first half, I'm like, this is fucking amazing. And then the second half of the movie is just crap, and it just ruined it for me. What's that other one? All Through the Start. I can't read it. Oh, I see that. That's the Bijou whatever collection. Yeah. Those are adult titles. Hobgoblins. It's hard to recommend it because it's not really a good movie, but you're gonna get a slipcover this round. So if you're into that, get it with the slipcover, and it's basically a low rent Gremlins. For lack of a better descriptor. Aaron, what do you think of this lineup?
When I answer the phone, I enjoy it for what it is. It's more of a video nasty type. Jack Frost is a lot of fun. I really like Jack Frost. Joe Spinell in The Undertaker, I thought he did a really good sweaty job in this film. Death Machines, I dug. I really did. It's a weird ass film that's like set like in the trailer makes it look like a science fiction film. It's not. But I'm gonna say Hobgoblins by Rick Sloan is definitely a worth the pickup. But you gotta watch this. We don't sit down by yourself and watch Hobgoblins. You get a bunch of friends around, you have some drinks, you watch Hobgoblins. That's the way you watch that type of film. Blue Money, by the way, is a great adult film that I did not know was going to be as good as it was. And, those taboos are there. Just saying.
There you go. Tony, what do you think of this lineup?
Jack Frost, of course, is fun. I agree with that comment. I'd watch anything with Joe Spinell, but I haven't seen everything with Joe. So, but The Undertaker, being in it intrigues me.
Mm-hmm.
The taboo ones, of course, like Aaron said. Hobgoblins, I can't stand. I'm not gonna lie. I might have to watch it again, but I think I was going in thinking Gremlins.
Oh my god,
or Munchies or something.
Yeah,
and it was just, I was like, this is so stupid. But I'm getting a slipcover, so like you said,
right.
But yeah, I would say Jack Frost would probably be the one to pick up. But if you're gonna go adult, taboo ones.
A taboo, okay. I just highlighted Death Row Game Show. That's one I do highly recommend. I picked that up without a slip, but I'm hoping it'll get one soon. Maybe tomorrow. Who knows? I really enjoyed that movie. Like I said before, Naked Gun meets Running Man. A very fun little movie and highly enjoyable. And then we're starting with the Rudy Ray Moore films, Disco Godfather. I think in general, those are all recommends. I don't know how it works with the box set. If they're already, Aaron, you've been on the site more recently. Have they looped them all in the box set, or are they available separate?
Oh yeah, you can buy them either way. You can buy them in the box set, or you can buy them. You can buy them alone. You can buy them alone. But if you're gonna get them, just get them. Just get them box set.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, the rest of it are adult titles I haven't seen. Aaron, what are your thoughts on what's on screen?
Death Row Game Show is definitely a must get. Taboo. If you're going to get any adult film like this one and Pretty Peaches Trilogy are definitely the ones to grab. The Rudy Ray Moores are fantastic. My least favorite is Human Tornado, and even though that is a fun film, and if you like features in adult films with extra films and some weirdness, Sex in the Comics is actually not bad. It's a strange title and has a lot of two different films that have adult cartoons. That alone is pretty much the reason for getting it.
Gotcha. Tony, what do you think of these?
The only one I've seen is Taboo. So, and China Silk I've seen. So I'd recommend Taboo. But I'll probably watch Death Row Game Show tonight. To be honest,
yeah,
it has me really interested.
You'll like that one. That one's quite a bit of fun. It's not what you expect. So don't go expecting like a horror movie or something, or like Truth or Dare. But if you go expecting something very spoofy, you'll have a great time. Cam says Hobgoblins you should watch with friends and family, but Taboo I'd recommend watching by yourself. Good advice there. We should be wrapping it up. I didn't realize I was going to go so late, but I'll go. I had to put the kiddos to bed and stuff, but let me just get to the next page and see what pops up here. Well, this will be our last page because the rest of it, I think, just gets into kind of adult titles and stuff.
Yeah, this can go pretty quick. Actually.
Yeah. So real quickly, right off the top, I will say Pigs, great film, highly recommend it. Really good character piece, really good, just really good character study in general, and it's a very creepy psycho killer movie. Again, not what you would expect, but very, very for a movie called fucking Pigs, it's very classy. So I do recommend that one. The Bees is okay. That's another one that does need a slip, by the way. The Bees is okay. It's not the best Killer Bees movie, but it's not the worst. It has a weird ending, which I won't ruin here. But it's got the amazing and the much beloved John Saxon in that one as well. And then at the bottom there, we see a little bit of Luther the Geek. I highly recommend that one because it stars Stacey Haddock. I don't know how she pronounces it, but boy, you do see quite a bit of her, and she is let's just say she's well built for the role. Aaron, what do you think of this lineup?
I'm with you on this, man. Pigs is a fantastic title. Again, great character study. I love character pieces, so this one works for me. The Bees, you got the John Saxon, John Carradine. So how can you not like that? And John Saxon plays such a weird, kind of sleazy character in it that I actually like. Luther the Geek is definitely the one here for me, though. It's this Stacey Hadiak is in this. She's really good, and she's really good. And I'm recommending that. And Too Naughty to Say No with again with Ginger Lynn.
Oh, there you go. And the Pretty Peaches trilogy. I know you've spoken about that one.
Oh, that is fantastic. If you don't have that, that is by Alex Terenzi. It is the first one. Pretty Peaches is the first role for Desiree Cousteau. That's the first film she ever did. And same with Juliet Anderson, also known as Aunt Peg. That's her first movie as well.
Very cool. Tony, what do you think of these?
Yeah, I mean, Sex World, I know they have the 4K that came out. Don't think you need it on 4K, but Sex World's good. Pigs is really good. That was a surprise to me as well. I did not think that was going to be how it was.
Mm-hmm.
It's a twist and everything. That's great. I guess these Pretty Peaches trilogy, definitely. I think 1 is my favorite. Maybe 3. I don't know. But definitely 1. Too Naughty to Say No is fantastic. Like the whole porno itself is great. It's like some great scenes. Ginger Lynn, of course. The main girls are really cute. That's a great one to have. And that's all I've seen of them. I haven't seen Luther the Geek yet.
Oh man, you gotta get it. I know Corruption is another one that people talk a lot about.
Yeah.
Mostly for the second film on there.
Yeah, Corruption didn't work for me. I'm in the minority on that one. I don't know. It was very bleak, but I know that was the point. One thing I do want to point out, I just watched this. The Executioner Part 2 and Frozen Scream. Terrible. Garbage. Awful garbage. Terrible. Avert your eyes. Terrible stuff. But right next to it, Frightmare, I enjoyed that one quite a bit. I thought that was a really cool little movie. Oh, gosh, I'm blanking on his name. Reanimator.
Jeffrey Combs.
Jeffrey Combs is in it. It's very good. And it does have a slip. I'm pretty sure the slip is still in stock. I might be mistaken.
Yeah.
Demonoid is a very weird movie about a demon hand that runs around, but it's, I don't know. I enjoyed it for what it was. It didn't blow me away, but I thought it was pretty decent. Let me see if I can scroll down a little bit further. Aaron, what do you think about the two here, the 2 rows at the bottom?
Well, I agree with you on the Executioner Part 2, since there was no Executioner Part 1.
Yeah.
But Frightmare, I'll be honest, the first time I saw it, and Freddie Main's in that one too, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I fell asleep. Not blaming the movie. It just was, and I haven't got back to watch it again. I have put on Frightmare, and I fell asleep. It's one of those weeks I was working like crazy, and I woke up, put on Demonoid, fell asleep again. So I haven't gone back to it. So I really don't know.
Hilarious. That can happen. That could definitely happen. Tony, any thoughts on these titles?
The only one I've seen is Frightmare, and I would recommend it as well. It's pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah, it's a very interesting little movie. It feels like a better version of Cthulhu Mansion, referencing a sort of an older title, or a more recent title, I should say. I have nothing to say about these down at the bottom. Do you guys?
No.
Nope.
So that basically goes to show you what to avoid, guys, or try at your own at your own leisure. I know that there was mention of them returning to the drive-in thing, so who knows if that'll happen. It looks like I've reached the end, and I just started to do merch in this video, so I'm gonna X out for right now and just bring us up to snuff right here. Wow, this was fun. Thank you guys for joining me. I wasn't expecting to have such an illustrious panel. Tony, I know you'll be joining me tonight or tomorrow. Well, technically, tonight. No, because it's not.
No, not yet. Not
yet for you. You'll be joining me tomorrow, and Aaron, I know you'll be going live on your channel at 5.
Yeah. So 5. I guess it was 9 my time, but I think it's 5 your time. And I would have asked you about a New Year own things.
Yeah, I was actually gonna I was gonna reach out and say, hey, if you want me to, if you need somebody, I'll stop in. But I think
if you're not gone live and you're got the extra time, feel free to drop in, even if it's only for a minute or so. You're
okay.
Invited. Yeah, same with you, Tony, man.
Thank you.
Because I'm going on my own this time around. and I may have somebody pop in, but she's in the house. We'll see. So that could happen. But yeah, I'm doing it live until around a half hour to an hour right before the thing goes live. Then I go into the Crimson Call, the Patreon, and we stay there for the reveal and the basically we have a lot of fun with that. It's been one heck of a week and heck of a month trying to figure everything out. So after this is over, I like to say I can relax, but I can't because I have a few videos that I need to do. And there's something that I mentioned to Jose before, and I mentioned to Tony as well, because I want to get you both on for this if you're available. It's only a short little thing. I'm doing a little series right now called What Scares You? And it's basically we're talking about a horror film. It can be horror film that creeps you out, horror film that you really like, something sticks with you. And I'm doing another series called Saturday Morning Memories, where you talk about your favorite Saturday morning show. So I'd like to get both of you guys on for both of those things. It's like a pre-tape thing. I'll reach out to you guys. And you can let me know when you guys are available. And because I did one with Brian Sauer today, and that's going up. What Scares You goes up on Tuesday, and the Saturday Morning Memories goes up on the Saturday after that.
Cool. Absolutely, man. I just found out that my movie needs to be edited very quickly. So
you got work, man.
It's one of those things where it's like, oh, I thought I had a couple of weeks off, but no. So it's gonna be out like the week before October, so September 30th. So yeah, we gotta start cutting so we can just all the VFX and all that stuff. But we'll try to find time for that for sure. And if I can pop in tomorrow, I will. My daughter has a choir show thing. It's around the same time. So, I'll try and pop in if I can, at least for like 10 minutes, just to check in.
Daughter's take priority, but you're welcome anyways.
Thank you. Tony, I guess we'll chat a little more tomorrow, man. But just around the corner, we've got the Severance sale, which is another big to do.
Yep.
But I'm not as excited for the Severance sale, only because the ones that have been announced don't necessarily float my boat. Even though I love Bridget LaHaye, well, that's a conversation for another time. We'll discuss that when the time comes. But if you guys are free Sunday, I like to do the Aftermath live discussion. So I'd love to have you on for that.
I'm totally enough for it, man. Just Excellent. Like last time.
Excellent. I love it. All right, well, let's call it a day. Everyone watching, thank you so much. Remember to drop a thumbs up if we got to 100 likes. Now, it has to happen. You know what? It's 8:20 now. 8:17. If I get to 8:30 and it's at 100 likes, I will guarantee you 5 hours tomorrow live. But you have to get me to 100 likes before 8:30 p.m. So you got about maybe 10 minutes. If anybody's rewatching it, and you can do it. And if the time passes, still drop a thumbs up. Don't feel bad. I will guarantee you 5 likes for 5 hours for 100 likes. That's pretty good. All right, let's call it a day. Thank you so much for watching. I need to go put the kids to bed, and these guys need to go watch some more crazy, crappy movies, because let's face it, that's what we love to do.
Yeah, y'all ready for this? Number one in the hood.